Hey y'all. Hello. I'm doing spirit fingers with angel hat relating to the Colorado to sit on the ground and do spirit fingers. Y'all come on in, sit down, get comfortable, please. Get comfortable, please. I'm so happy to see everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I missed you guys. I wanted to go live. Again this week. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened too. Like I had it in my mind. Wouldn't have been yesterday, it would have been day before yesterday. Sis on the phone would know because it was the day I talked with her. I was gonna go live that evening. Y'all, I had one of the worst cycles of my life. Like my cycle, y'all know I'm old. Ain't no secret. So, old Bessie was acting like she wanted to shut off. And then old Bessie came back on. And it was real horrible and painful and vicious. And it felt like somebody was going at my innards, at my nether regions with a chainsaw and an ice pick and a rusty butter knife and 3 pregnant pit bulls. Like it was real bad. So I was hurting. Okay. I was over here hurting and convalescing. And just in general, questioning the whole reason for my entire existence. I didn't understand, why my life had come down to this. I just didn't think that it should have came down to this. But that's what it came down to. So while I am still a bit uncomfortable, I ain't hurting like I was the last couple of days. The last couple of days have been crazy because we needed to go live about Mr. Donnie McClurkin. We needed to go live about what was going on and what's being said about Remy and Pawn Smith. You see, I messed the boy name up, Pawn Poos. People saying that they working together to game Clarissa out of her little coins and stuff. At this point, I don't put nothing past nobody. It was quite a few things I really wanted to talk about, down to the sneak peeks, down to the fact that we got a seating chart for the reunion for Potomac. And I found it to be a little interesting. I found it to be a little interesting. And so, yeah. And then the fact that I could not sit upright long enough to go live to talk to y'all. I couldn't. I was in no condition. I won't be, I won't say too much because, this is mixed company. There are gentlemen who are around and we don't want to run them up out of here talking about our lady business. But, ladies, y'all know. Belicious, I had that happen to me a few times. I thought I was going into labor. For me, it was fibroids. Yeah, thank the Lord. I don't have any fibroids. God is good all the time. Oh, you had your hysterectomy in 2006. I wish I had one, but I haven't. So, I'm still soldiering through. I'm throwing them bows and they throwing them back. So it was a little tough. Okay. Let's getting into it with Peter. Let me make sure that all our folks on Insta know that we're live so we can go ahead and get into this thing while I'm doing that. While I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and greet everybody who's here. We're going to get our housekeeping out of the way and all that good stuff. Okay. And then we're just going to get on into it. We're going to get on into it. Child, let me see who here. Queen of Hearts, KS. Hello, lady. Thank you for being like number 1. Bianca the Beautiful is in the chat. Hey, gorgeous. That's right. Now she's reminding y'all to please, okay, have a good time. Hit the like button as you come in. Please and thank you. Adrian Marie is here. Thank you for being like number 2. My good sis Magaline Lamar is number 3. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Deborah Randall here. So Housewives Talk is legal. It's legal. Okay, we in compliance. Makeup Addict, how you doing, girl? Hit the like button. Thank you. DV, what's happening? DV is like number 8. Thank you so much. D Crazy, D Amazing, D Incomparable. DS, she's here. She's like number 11. She's running the reflection corner because she can't quit running into the reflection corner. So she running it, okay? If she tap you on your shoulder, you know what it is. Go with her. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Thank you for being like number 9. This is my girl, Lulu's Little Girls. Thank you so much for helping me with the bubbles. Y'all know your engagement button is on the bottom right-hand side. Circle with the heart emoji. Tap it. Send up my bubbles. Y'all know I'm sensitive a little bit. Okay, since 58. Thank you for being number 13. So glad you're here. So glad you're here. Who else we got? My girl Diva 2 repping the 904. How you doing, boo? Thank you for being number 15. Miss Lovely T is number 16. My girl Political Junkie Sharon is number 18. What's happening? LEL. Hey, boo, what's going down? Hit the like button for me. Put your like number in the chat. Y'all know what it do. Don't act like you don't know. Belicious. Thank you for being number 23. My sweet Lady T. We live on YouTube, girl. Come on over. That's why I'm here, to make sure I don't lose y'all. My sweet, what's going on? Sunflower Place, what a lovely name. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. I need you guys to welcome Sunflower Place in the chat. If this is your first time, welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. If you're hanging with us for the first time, please put first time in the chat or put FTL for first time live, and we will welcome you personally and individually because we're happy to have you here. Okay? Sean Living Life, what's going on? Thank you for being number 15. You caught the episode tonight. Listen, ain't nobody staying nowhere in no running water because that's just nasty. That's nasty. Ain't nobody staying nowhere without no running water. That's nasty. We're going to get into it. Camille Fun, how you doing, boo? Hit the like button. Gaby, hey, boo. Thank you for being number 26. Miss Sparkle in the house. Our resident Mary Kay lady is representing. Holler at her if you need something. Y'all know what to do. Priscilla Clemens, thank you for being 28, boo. All right, all right. Listen. Yeah, y'all. It was a rough week this week. I ain't gonna hold you. Your girl was in here going through changes. Too adorable. Thank you for being number 29. Okay. You say you supposed to have one this year. You're nervous, but that's for another day. Yep. Pray your way through it, girl. Pray your way through it. Hey, Belize and JB, thank you for being number 31. You say you was entertained tonight. You loved it. Gizelle was pissed the whole episode. I don't know. I don't have enough venom for her to just be excited because she upset. Because I thought it was a little tacky and a little gross that she had them in that nasty house without water. I thought that was a little nasty. I'm gonna be honest with you, because people got to wash their tail. I don't want to be socializing with you and you ain't had a proper soaking of the tush. Okay, we're gonna have to add that into the booty appraisal system. You know, cleanliness does count in a booty appraisal, and we can't appraise the unclean. There's no way we can do an appraisal of an unclean booty. Like the buns must be polished and clean, dipped, and all type of antimicrobials before we can appraise them. So yeah, I couldn't cheer for dirty buns. I couldn't. What's up? Happy to be happy. Thank you for being number 31. Tracy Lashley, thank you for being 32, girl. Happy Sunday. What's going on, Linnell? Good to see you. Good to see you. You are so welcome. Did y'all spam the chat with the word welcome like I asked you? Because I don't see spam, and I want to see spam. I need you to spam the chat with the word. Y'all know the rules around here. Spam the chat. I don't want 1 or 2 welcomes. I want it to be overwhelming. Y'all know how we do. So let's try this again. Y'all see this lovely lady, Sunflower Place? I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome. Okay? Agnes Bukasa. Hello, lady. Good evening. Happy Sunday. My girl Modern Beauty up in here. Thank you for being 34, girl. Black Smile. What's up, pretty lady? Thank you for being number 40. 40. Tracy said, Nitra, with your experience the last few days, did you feel like the theme song from Law and Order SVU? Da-dum. Listen, I did not feel like that. I felt like, what was that movie? Misery. Remember when Kathy Bates played that crazy woman in that Stephen King picture and she broke that man's ankles? I imagine that my cervix felt like what his ankles felt like, because I was in a lot of pain, like a lot of pain. Like it was not a little bit of pain. And I have a very high pain threshold, like very high. This one was one of them, like it wasn't so bad that it made me nauseous, but it was bad enough that I was like shaking at different points. Like I couldn't hold my hand steady. My hand was like shaking. Like it was very, very, very painful. Cynthia Christian, what's going on? Thank you for being 38. Makeup addict, what you say? I would have up and left. Baby, I'd have hauled tail immediately. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to be crowding in Stacy's bathroom begging for water out of her sink. No. I'd have took my bags. I'd have got me a ride to the nearest hotel with proper accommodations. DV say not to mention no water means no toilet. Yes. So you got, and then they said it was a sewer smell too, y'all. Man, look, this is what I like to see. Here we go. The welcomes are rolling in properly now. That's what I like. Let's make sure when we welcome folks, they feel welcome. We don't treat people like Angel treat people. We do not treat people like Angel. Okay, when you come over here with the royal family, we give you the royal welcome. We welcome you. Personally, we make sure that you know you welcome. You are not being tolerated. We are pleased to have you, and we want to make sure that you come back. Okay, now how I say this, baby, is that Shakri? Is that Shakri? Please let me know if I'm saying it right. I don't want to say it wrong. She a pretty girl too. You know, we leave the light on the front porch where we gossip. And for some reason, the light bulb that we use, whatever brand light bulb that we use, it attracts all the pretty girls. So it worked. It worked. Now, how I say this? Is that Shakri? Shakri 19? If I'm saying it wrong, please let me know and charge it to my head and not my heart. Thank you for being number 55. All these pretty girls. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, ain't nobody finna listen. I was hurt. Trace, when I say I was hurting, girl, I was hurting. But yeah, that water, I'd have got up out of there. Ashley talking about some Stacy was in there rationing water. Stacy was rationing water because she didn't want to run out of water. Stacy was scared to run out of water. Stacy said she might not have but a teaspoonful of booty, but she needed clean. And I concur. I concur. Okay. Oh, on Instagram, if y'all over here, get to YouTube because we live. Come on in. But yes, honey, let me tell you. First of all, ain't no way I'd have stayed there. Because while Stacy may only have, 2.5 teaspoons of booty that she would like to keep clean, and she had every right to keep it clean. And I don't blame her for rationing that 2 or 3 cups of water she had. But me, I don't have 2.5 teaspoons of booty. I got a good 3/4 of wheelbarrow back there. I need good hot water, a lot of it too. I can't do what Gizelle was demonstrating, where you squat and try to reach up under there and catch the water and bring it to the no. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna get it. This episode was very annoying. It was going in a lot of directions. It was a lot going on. I said it right. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, beautiful. Thank you. That's right, y'all. Hit that like button and send up my bubbles. Do I have bubbles coming? Not Stacy didn't pay the water bill. Stacy don't stay there. Why Stacy got to pay the water bill? Yes, Stacy got about a teaspoon cup, about 2.5 teaspoons of booty back there, but she got a right to want it clean. That's for anybody. I don't care how small your butt is. You want it clean, and you got a right to it. That's your right as an American citizen to have a clean booty. And I advocate for you, okay? Now, I don't know what the laws are in all the other particular countries that may be watching, but I believe in my heart that you have a human right, no matter what country you live in, to have a clean booty. Now, I believe that, okay? DS already, the sewage smell with Stacy breath. Already. Okay, I see what kind of night this took me through there. They was doing a lot. I could go down the list of everybody who worked my nerves before I even go into the review of it all. Before I do the review of it all, okay, let me set up the vertical. Because I'm going to tell y'all, matter of fact, I'm going to let the vertical catch my quick recap of everybody who got on my nerves tonight and why. Because there was a long list. There was a long list of people who got on my nerves, okay? So let's talk about it. First of all, out of everybody, right, Cynthia Christian, don't nobody want to stay where there's no water. Like, what are they, homeless or something? Like, that's not cool. So everybody that got on my nerves tonight. Number 1, Angel. Angel got on my nerves tonight. She did. Multiple times. Number 1, Angel, you knew exactly who Wendy was talking about, because even though Wendy tried to make it sound more ridiculous to give you a way out, you know that you knew who she was talking about because you knew what kind of conversation, hey, gossip news, that you had with that realtor. Okay, that got on my nerves. That got on my nerves. The other person that got on my nerves tonight, surprisingly, was Tia. Tia got on my nerves because Tia, you was trying too hard to kiss up. Angel done already told you that, you know, she would like for you to help her find a house, so you gonna get the commission. You don't have to kiss up that hard. It was getting weird. I'm gonna just be honest with you, and I kind of was liking Tia a little bit, but Tia got on my nerves tonight. You know, they head into the car. Oh, that's so unprofessional. Or that realtor, that's so unprofessional. Girl, everybody done already said that. Then you get all the way to the house, and you know, you were just doing a lot. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, Angel. It's so beautiful. You was doing a lot. Then when they left the house, heading back over there to the women, you know, an hour in every direction. Oh, these, you know, I'm worried for Angel. You know, I'm concerned about the girls, but I'm worried for Angel. First of all, you worried for her, and y'all got running water, hooker. You over there with, hey, Delicia, thank you for being 47. Hey, Miss Gardner, girl, thank you for being 47. And so anyway, gossip news, thank you for being 46. You concerned about them who have no running water in the middle of the woods, an hour away with no security. But you're really worried about Angel because you don't want, her concern was, I don't want Angel's feelings to be hurt because people might not be okay with being in a house where they can't wash their behind. I'm like, okay, Tia, you're doing a lot, mama. You're doing a lot. Oh, the lady's just waiting for the nail in Angel's coffin. No, they not. People just tired of Angel because Angel is over emotional. She's boring and she's unbearable. Everybody on the vertical, if you're in here, we're live on a StreamYard live. So I need y'all to get out of here and come over here. So it's 2 lives going, same channel. I want you out of here and over there. Okay. So yeah, definitely Tia was doing a lot. Jassi got on my nerves. Jassi got on my nerves a lot. Number one, when they were on their way, wherever they were going, you know, out into the wild blue yonder, and all of them girls was in the car. If you didn't like what Monique said or it bothered you some kind of way, you grown like she grown. Hey girl, what's up, Miss Piggies? Come on over to the regular live, okay? This is just a vertical to make sure I don't lose any of you guys. So we got 2 lives going. We got this one and the regular StreamYard live. Get out of this one and come over to that one, okay? If I'm pointing at you here, get out of this live and come over to the StreamYard live, okay? If I'm pointing at you here, like over here, don't go nowhere. You're in the right live, okay? So, Too Adorable said, you called a lot of this stuff that happened in this episode on previous lives. Thank you, Too Adorable. You know, I like to call it out when I see it, right? I try to call it out when I see it. All right. I can't wait to see you over there, girl. We missed you. How you been? Come on over here to the chat so we can talk, girl. Hey, Z Molly. Haven't watched it yet. Coming on at 7 a.m., but here for the last. Well, we're going to do what we can to deliver. Oh, there go Mama's Peanut. She is number 48. Thank you. So look. Jassi got on my nerves. You in the car with Monique, y'all all grown women. You could have told her what you felt about it. Like, girl, it's, you know, don't project that onto that girl. Don't do that because you know what you've been through, whatever, yada, yada. Or if you were offended by it in some way, which I don't know why you would be offended because she wasn't talking about you. She was talking about what she thought she saw or what she perceived in Angel's behavior. Whether she right, wrong, indifferent, who knows? But if you felt away, then say something about it, right? That bugged me. Then to find out that you know what I'm saying, she kind of playing both sides and it's being weird. You know, Jassi's being really weird. Jassi's been weird since that trip to Nevis a little bit, in my opinion. So yeah, she got on my nerves. Deborah says, same, Tia irritated me and Jazzy running back ish to Angel. Right. And we're gonna get into that because she irritated me even more. Hey, Miss Kaiser, so say, girl, thank you for being like number 50. Candy Butler, thank you for being 49. That's right, y'all. Like this video. Okay, Ashley always gets on my nerves. That's not new. But Ashley really was not the most irritating this episode. Monique is getting on my nerves a little bit. And I'm gonna tell you why, which I said this before. Yeah, Jassi laughing, playing double agent. Like, she's really corny for that. She's super corny for that, right? But Monique got on my nerves, and not because I felt like she did anything malicious. See, most times people get on my nerves because they're doing little nasty stuff like playing double agent, being corny, telling lies. Monique is getting on my nerves because she's doing what a lot of people do once they do a little bit of the work. So y'all on the vertical, I'm getting ready to end this. So come up out of here and come over there. Hey, Melissa Brown, listen, I'm about to end this live in here, but we're live on StreamYard, same channel. So when I close this live, stay on this channel and just come to the StreamYard live, okay? See you on the inside, all right? But Monique is doing what a lot of people do. It's like, okay, you did the work that you needed to do for yourself. Okay, cool, right? She feel like she done had this great revelation and breakthrough about herself, and she's come to realize this and she come to realize that. And what a lot of people do is you take your therapy that you got for you and your situation and start projecting that onto everybody. Guess what? Let's talk about it real quick because we're going to get into it with the episode anyway because ain't no way not to, right? Let's just say you right. Let's just say, Monique, you absolutely right. You see what you see. You think what you think. Blase squaze, right? So what if you're right? It doesn't mean that person is ready to hear it. Number two, you could be completely wrong. And that's what happens when you think, okay, you have, cracked the code to your universe, right? That don't mean you understand everybody's situation. Like, chill out. Chill the freak out. But Belicious, now you doing the same thing she doing. If we being real, can we be real? Because big sis don't know how to be fake. Can we be real? You doing the same thing she doing. You projecting what you think onto her. At the end of the day, if she thinks she's healed, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But you cannot take what you learned about yourself and because it worked for you, now you got to put that on everybody. Monique need to sit down and chill the hell out. Like, girl. Monique was working my nerves this episode too. With that. Only when it came to that. The rest of it, she was okay. When it came to that, it was like, I'm glad you figured out your stuff, or at least you think you have. Because some people, hey, that, this is our Birmingham beauty, y'all. She like number 53. This is the thing. Some people need continued therapy probably forever. And I'm not saying Monique need therapy forever. I don't know that lady. I don't know that lady, right? But I'm going to say this. Some people go for therapy. They have enough of a breakthrough that they think they figured out the whole world. You might need another 20, 30 years. You might need therapy on a regular basis just to keep yourself healthy. But because they figure out a little something or they get a little something straight, now they know everything. Now they ready to start head shrinking other people. Now they ready to be somebody else's therapist. And it's like, girl, you're not. Girl, you are not. Monique is trying her best to be like this new, healed, evolved version of herself. And I think that she's doing herself a disservice because when you do that and you pushing yourself to be so evolved and so new and so self-aware and all this other stuff, you not leaving room for yourself to just be normal and have a regular interaction and regular reactions to real life. And I'm just like, Monique, stop. While it was cool, in my opinion, for her to say, okay, I'm going to give Stacy the benefit of the doubt because she ain't did nothing to me and I'm going to leave it until she do something to me that make me question her. Part of me feel like that's not really how you feel, but you think that that's the most emotionally mature thing to do. So you're trying to say and do all the right things. Girl, please. She got on my nerves. The whole Tia and Stacy thing got on my nerves on both sides. Y'all know I can't stand Stacy. And the exchange between Tia and Stacy got on my nerves. And as much as I don't like Stacy, Stacy had a little bit of a point. She had a little bit of a point, just a smidge, not a big one, but she had a little bit of a point when it came to Angel. I'm not Angel, Tia, just a smidge. Wendy didn't get on my nerves this episode, which was shocking. Let me be honest, which was shocking. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm all set not to like nothing about Wendy. I'm just tell y'all that right now. I am all set and ready not to like anything at all about Wendy. After she disrespected her mama for a man that called her spilled milk. I'm all set to dislike any and everything that comes out of her mouth forever. I'm not gonna lie on her. I'm not gonna be unfair, but I'm all set to dislike her. But I was very surprised Wendy did not get on my nerves this episode. Yeah, so I think that covers everybody who got on my nerves. And sounds like mainly everybody, almost everybody. Gizelle really didn't irritate me very much this episode because I did understand, had she just had an issue with the bed, I'd have been like, girl, either get a place or don't, right? But the whole no running water, you can't wash your tail. Yeah, girl, you got every right to be upset because, hey, people like to bathe. People likes to bathe. Black folks like to bathe. Bathing is in our culture. We clean booties. We must have clean buns. Hey, what's going on, Teresa? How you doing, girl? Happy Sunday. Hit the like button. Thank you for being number 56. But yeah, clean booties is a part of Black culture. Globally. The global village of Blackness, the global village of melanin. I think we're all in agreement, no matter what your ethnicity is. We all can agree on clean booties. I do believe. Soap is something we all like. As a global community. Clean booties. So yeah, I was not okay. And I was not on the clean boot. I was not on the, iffy clean booty train. We need booties to be guaranteed clean at all times. Like there should never be a time when booty cleanliness is up in the air. So let's get into these notes. All right, let's get into the notes. So we start where we left off, as we always do, right? You got Angel asking who else got more info. We talked about it during the sneak peek. Wendy jumped in and basically tried, in my opinion, my first opinion, which I told y'all, I felt like she was trying to get Ashley and Gizelle out of telling what they know. But then at the same time, I low-key feel as though she may have been just trying to give Angel an out, because it was going to be real embarrassing if Angel didn't have an out and Gizelle went ahead and just blasted her with whatever she knows. Adrian said, yeah, we get mad when we can't shower. That's true. We do not like to be dirty. No. We will act like that is literally a demonic attack or of some sort when we can't bathe. We do like to be clean. We're not dirty people. Gaby said, yes, I feel off if I don't shower at least once a day. As you should. Clean booties are kind of like one of those things. Auntie Eva, thank you for being number 56, girl. I know good and well. Hold on. So there's 33 people sitting in my house that won't hit a like button and don't like me. I just want to make sure I understand a couple of things. I want to make sure I understand. Thank you for my bubbles. So there's 30 people sitting in my house that don't like me. And we got a lot of ground to cover tonight. We have a lot of ground to cover. And I'm going to just be honest. I don't want to have to keep stopping to beg for likes. Hey, Carrie Clark. Hey, Dana Brown. What's up, ladies? Thank you for being 57 and 58, respectively. I mean, is that what mods? Keep a watch on my likes real quick. Because, I mean, I'm sitting up here literally in pain. I'm not hurting as bad as I was yesterday and the day before, and even earlier today, but I'm still very much in a lot of discomfort. I don't know if y'all can tell by looking at my face, but I am truly like hurting. And if I'm sitting up here hurting after watching this show and taking notes for you, hurting in a whole lot of pain, I can get some likes. I can get likes. I know I'm good with some likes. Because this is not one of them channels where I'm like, oh, send me some money. If y'all support the stream, cool. If you don't, cool. But I do need my likes and my bubbles. I need that. Especially if I'm up here hurting. And I could very easily be laying down as bad as I'm hurting. So I do need y'all to hit that like button in real life. Adrian Marie, girl, she say it's so easy to hit a like button. And it is. Thank you so much for the super chat, sis. My first supporter the whole day. And I appreciate you. Hey, DT Buki. Yeah, we need 28 more people. What up, Coco Show? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being number 65. Political junkies say no hitting the like button. It's like going to somebody's house and not speaking. That's exactly what it is. And whether y'all know it or not, I got you literally in my house. Girl, I will. It's female problems. Y'all know how it is being a girl. And my body has like really like monkey stomped me this month. Listen, I'm gonna get you through the night shift, Coco Chanel. I'm gonna ride with you because I'm your girl. I'm gonna ride with you. But I feel like if I could ride with y'all, I can get a like. What's my like count? Because I got a lot of things I want to address in these notes. And I don't necessarily feel like I should have to stop to do Duolingo to be a like. But I will. Please understand. Yeah. A crime against humanity to not shower once a day. It definitely is. Okay. All right. All right. So we got about 20 people that insist on being sitting in my house and not speaking and being disrespectful. Okay. And let me know when they change their mind. I need to work on my Hanzi anyway. Y'all listen, for the record, those of you who are interested, I'm getting better at the Hanzi or the character writing of Chinese, like learning the characters, the meaning of the characters, how to use them, how to write them. My handwriting is bad, and I did learn that about myself, and I thought that was really crazy that I got bad handwriting in English and Chinese. Yep. So even whether I'm writing actual letters or just characters, I still got bad handwriting. I don't even know how you do that, right? You drawing characters and it's still, my handwriting sucks. Candy Butler, thank you for the super stickers. It's my second support of the whole night. And I want to say thank you to who this now? From Terrence. Terrence, thank you so much for the support. Let me send a heart back. Thank you. Bless your heart. Thank you so much. Rochelle, thank you for being like number 71. Y'all double check them likes. Say, yep, as long as you know the order of strokes, you get it down. Yeah, this the order, and then like some of them look similar. Some of the Hanzi look similar, so it's just like little things that may be slightly different on it, and then it'll be a whole different word. But yeah, my handwriting is bad in every language. It's not real impressive. It's not really impressive with me. I wish I had better handwriting, at least in one language, but apparently no matter what language I'm writing in, my handwriting is pretty bad. It's pretty doggone bad, y'all. Kind of embarrassing like that. I wish I wasn't, but I am. And I feel so terrible. I'm kidding. I don't feel terrible about it. My handwriting's been bad my whole life. I'm at peace with that. Yeah. It's not one of my talents. So anyway, yep, 13 more likes. I'll go ahead and start with 13, but 30 and 20 and all that, like y'all was tripping. Vita Worship, this is my girl Vita from Denver in the house. Hey, girl. Thank you for being number 74. I appreciate you. Yeah, mods, y'all stay on them. Listen, real quick, the housekeeping. If y'all do feel the overwhelming urge to curse in my chat, if you don't mind, I do ask that you misspell your curse words in my chat. Well, right now I'm kind of brushing up on my German. My German is decent, but I'm brushing up on my German. I'm still learning Vietnamese. My Chinese is getting magnifique. My French has always been good. My Igbo, good. My English, good. My Negro dialect in American, my Negro American dialect, excellent. I do want to learn Tut, so I'm finding somebody to tutor me in Tut because I want to make sure that my Tutnese is A1. So yeah, you know, I'm one of those girls that just loves languages. I love languages. But yeah, no matter what language I'm writing in, you know, my handwriting sucks. So I can do brain things, but like making what's in here come out of my hand, it never looks nice. It always looks very, very bad. It's legible, but it looks like, somebody who may have had a light stroke. Like, it's not cute. My handwriting is bad. Like, it's really bad. It's like hieroglyphics. It's like Parkinson hieroglyphics. Real bad. Okay. Well, you can't learn a language until you learn to read, write, and speak, right? So you got to do all of them. So listen, this is what had happened. Oh, you got to improve your Arabic. I would like to learn Arabic. I tried once and I think I gave up too soon. No, it wasn't Arabic. I was trying to learn Farsi and I gave up too soon. You went to North Africa over the summer. It was difficult communicating with my husband's family. They all speak French and Arabic. Well, then just do French until you pick up the Arabic. And see, I was always under the impression, because I do believe in the Berlitz method, which is immersion. And I always felt like if you immerse yourself in a situation where that's the only language you're hearing, I always thought it would help you learn. It would, encourage you to assign the language to your everyday life and the things that you need to use and do and all of that. But maybe immersion is not everybody's like thing. Maybe there's another thing that'll help you get it, but you'll get it, girl. Where there's a will, there's a way. So look, they started this episode of RHOP. Y'all saw my caption, no water in the woods. Okay. Ain't that what I captioned this thing? Yeah. No water in the woods. Cause that's what it was. They was in the woods with no water. Yeah. I don't have a problem with written Chinese. I really don't. I just wish they would pick a team, like either write it across or write it straight down and going right to left, like pick one. Because when you start doing this and this, I'm like, are we voguing? Is this the pleasure principle? Like, what are we doing? Pick a side. Hey, God's anointed daughter. Thank you for being number 79, sis. I hope you did too. Happy Sunday. But yeah, they started where they left off, the no water in the woods. Like I said, I feel like Wendy was trying to get him a way out, which is cool, but whatever. And I kind of appreciated it in hindsight. Yeah, it's good that Wendy did it. Angel didn't need to be embarrassed any further. Her doing what she did with Gizelle, yeah, it provoked Gizelle. And I felt like Gizelle didn't need a lot more prodding before she was gonna spill whatever it was that she's holding in her back pocket to embarrass that girl. I think seriously that's what she was gonna do. So low key, even though I don't want to give Wendy no props because she disrespected her mama, I'm gonna go ahead and give her that one because I really wasn't looking to see that lady get embarrassed or humiliated in any way like that, because I don't know, the whole conversation around evicted, not evicted, I feel like the conversation gives the connotation of either financial inability or financial irresponsibility, and I don't like that light being put on that Black family. I don't. Those people have money, they have means, they are fine. I just think that maybe she made a bad decision about something and then she couldn't come to an agreement with the property owner. Now, that's just what I choose to believe because that's what it looks like to me. But the whole conversation surrounding that makes me so supremely uncomfortable because it opens the door for ignorant people to do what ignorant people do. Anytime the family in question is the Black family, oh, they broke. I hate that. And when we do stuff like that, then it opens the door for people who are not of our community to chime in and start flinging those low class, low vibrational insults at this Black family. I wasn't comfortable with it. As much as I'm not here for Wendy, I do kind of appreciate that she threw that out there and just shut it down so everybody could move on. And she made it sound, so she minimized it to the point of being so ridiculous that Angel could laugh it off and be like, oh, child, that's nothing. And ain't no way, I do feel like Angel took the way out and she should have, and I'm glad that she did. But that, oh, my real rich A and jumping up and down, like, girl, you didn't have to do all that. You ain't have to do all that. We know you got money, baby. We know you got money. And I'm glad to see you with money. It makes me feel good that you got money. Y'all know I love seeing Black families with money. It makes me excited. Hey, Annabelle, thank you for being 66 or 67, whichever one. I appreciate it. I do. I love it. I don't believe in being angry with Black people for having money. I feel like in 2026, we need to normalize being happy to see Black people with money. Can we do that? Is it okay to do that? Let's normalize being happy for Black families with money instead of trying to find a way to either insult the wife or insult the husband and call them broke some kind of way, or try to assign some kind of financial irresponsibility to them in order to make yourself feel better about these people having money. It's good to see Black folks with money, okay? And when we see Black people with money, just be, remind the Lord, like, hey, I see what you did for others, okay? I see what you did for others. Ooh, I see what you did for them. Don't forget me. Me, right here, me. I have children. I have a daughter. I see what you did for Angel, Lord. See what you did for her. I got one. I got one. Don't forget her. Don't pass her by. Don't pass her by. Yeah, absolutely. Celebrating Black wealth. And that's not what our folks have been doing for the last 15, 20 years or so. It's been attacks. It's been calling Black people that have money broke because they continue to work, as though once you're Black and have money, you're supposed to sit back and not work and not build businesses. You try to shame them for being entrepreneurs. You say, oh, you're a capitalist. Oh, you worship money. Like, shut up. You like money too, because you need it to live. Yeah, so let's not do that this year. I don't like it. I never did, but the things that I don't like, I'm gonna start being more vocal about this year. Just like with the heathens and their commentary on saved folks, all that. We getting into all of it. We getting into all of it. But yeah, so that was that. I thought that was weird, the jumping up and down and whatever. And then she did say that she knew who the realtor was and said that the realtor was just upset because it didn't work out and all of that. I think it's weird. I think her reaction to it was weird. Wendy was like, okay, so you know who I'm talking about, so I ain't no liar. And I'm not mad at Wendy for that either, because that'll be the next thing. Oh, Wendy made it up. She lied, because that's what Stacy did to Wendy. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember that on the reunion. That is exactly what Stacy did to Wendy. TJ spilled her tea, and rather than her address the fact that TJ told her business, it was easier to just call Eddie and Wendy liars. Y'all lied. TJ didn't say that because she didn't realize that TJ said it and the camera was recording when he was on FaceTime. Because the first instinct was to lie on Wendy. Wendy lied. It's a lot of things Wendy does that I don't really go up for. But I will say this: we ain't never caught her just lying on nobody. We've never caught her doing that. And y'all know I call it out the minute it happens. And then of course Wendy's like, she was just like, well, hey, in a confessional, she was like, yeah, I mean, she's actually a very good realtor, and she's not the only one who said that about you. So apparently more than one person has said, a similar story about Angel saying, I want it to look really affluent, but I don't want to pay a certain amount. So if I got to be honest with who I believe Wendy on that one, because we have never, since Wendy came on this show back when she was still wearing her foundation, the color of terracotta clay, we never heard her tell a lie on anybody. I haven't. And y'all know I am darn it a lie detector. I have never caught her lying on nobody. We caught her being weird, goofy, corny, cheesy, a lot of stuff, but we ain't never caught her lying on nobody. So if somebody said it, they said it. I did find it to be funny. Speaking of Stacy, Stacy's like, well, why don't we call the realtor? And I thought it was a key. I'm gonna lie to you. I had a little key when Wendy said, wait a minute. Now you want to call the realtor, but you didn't want to call TJ when it was time to call TJ. And Stacy's excuse was, well, personal stuff and business stuff. And it, when it's personal stuff, you have to pick and choose when to call. But if it's business, girl, that thing with TJ was business because you promised to pay that man and you didn't. But whatever. And so after that, she's talking, Angel talking about she want to have a mindful moment, and Wendy was like, yeah, this was a messy moment, but y'all You want to have mindful, so they going to do the weird mindful moment. And while they heading out the door, they sitting on the floor sniffing lavender sachets. And Angel sitting on a box. She didn't sit on the floor. Gizelle in the house with Stacy before they came out the door. She asking Stacy about TJ. Stacy like, well, I don't know about TJ. I know about Timu or whatever the hell that man name is. All that mess. So they out the door. She's sitting on this box. They sitting on the floor. Wendy talking about how many times we got to do the mindful with the breathing and sniffing and going on. And she's like, and why Angel ain't sitting on the ground too? Which it was strange. You ain't finna tell me to sit on the ground and you sit up on a box and observe us sitting on the ground. Like, girl, if you don't get out my face, ain't no way in the hell I'd have got down there on that ground. You not every time you come up with an idea is sit on the ground. Girl, you sit on the ground. Stacy sat over there, wasn't participating in none of it, talking about she ain't come over here to do no jazz hands and spirit fingers and breathe and go on. She wasn't with it. And why Angel ain't having to do it. So, you know, they was kind of noticing at the same time that this ain't working. Kayana crying again. You know, I saw people on social media saying, like, is she trying to signal to the world that she's pregnant? And I hope she ain't. Because if she done laid up there and let that geriatric balding squirrel get her pregnant while he bringing her picture frames from the jewelry store instead of a ring and a contract. Kayana's, if she is, let me ask y'all, do y'all think Kayana is showing emotion and all this emotional stuff because she's pregnant? Or y'all think she over there being emotional because she know he playing in her face and she don't know how to express it? Or do y'all think it's like what Gizelle say? Because Gizelle think the girl is high. And I done been high before. Now, it's been a lot of years since I was high, but I've been high before. You know, if we being honest, I used to smoke a whole lot of reefer. I mean, a lot of reefer. And so high, I started crying. Out of the three, do y'all think she's stressed out because of that geriatric balding squirrel? Do you think she done got pregnant by that geriatric balding squirrel? Or do y'all think she just high? Out of the three, 1, 2, or 3, which one is it? I got to go to the corner? Why I got to go? Belize and JB say she think they her for pregnant. Trying to keep her flute by crying. Too adorable. What did I do? What did I do? Sunflower said I heard she took edibles. Okay, but that's just THC. So y'all think she high? Okay. I knew somebody got high one time and couldn't quit laughing. But I ain't never heard of being so high you start crying. Not off no THC. You think she want attention? She never, in those moments, she's being very quiet. She's not trying to get attention. People just spot her and point her out. Something's going on. Oh, Magdalene says she thinks she done got herself in trouble. DT thinks she in trouble. Gossip News say, never mind, she definitely pregnant by the balding broken. That man is not broke. Why y'all like to call black people with money broke? Stop that. That's weird. Adrian Marie said, when I smoked, I laughed hysterically and then cried uncontrollably and never smoked again. You shouldn't have. Wait a minute. If you laughed hysterically and then cried and couldn't stop yourself, you should never smoke again. No matter of fact, don't even eat smoked meat. Don't even put smoked pork in your greens. You stay away from everything with some smoke. Yes, it's the girl, the balding squirrel. You know that man looked like an old pot-bellied balding squirrel. The girl is not pre-hospital. What the hell is pre-hospital? My sweet, you been messing with that reefer too. What is pre-hospital? Too adorable say, I got high and took the best nap in my life. Is that you? I can't deal with y'all. Or maybe she's so high she encountered the wind from Stacy's mouth. Singing Michael Jackson and everything. Weird, bad experience, never again. Thank you. See, this is y'all, this is what you call a responsible person. You realize when something ain't with you. Oh, okay. Pregnant. Okay. I was about to say pre-hospital. Y'all better ask my sweet for what she was rolling. Sean Loving Life said, I don't know nothing about being high or pregnant, but I know a bad relationship will put you in tears. I'm not going to put that in K though. So who knows? Right. Got high one time, slept for 10 hours straight. Girl, that's scary. So yeah. So she crying. You know, they out there. Angel talking about, let's get ready to, do whatever. After the crying, they was talking about stating their intentions. I hate all that weird new age stupid talk. Like, to me, these are the people that's always talking about the verse and ancestors and crystals and all this dumb stuff. Like, I really, y'all know me. I'm old school, I'm country, I'm real. I hate pretentious, corny, frou-frou, phony bull crap. So they like, oh, let's state your intentions. So of course, here come Angel again. Oh, I want to get to know all the ladies. I want to get to know them. Ashley tickled me. Y'all say what you want to say. Pennywise the Clown, otherwise known as Ashley Darby, every now and then, that bulbous forehead heifer be, she says a funny every now and then. She'll get you. Because she was like, she keeps saying she want to get to know us. And then production ain't no good because they up there showing every time. Angel was like, oh, yeah, I want to get to know all the ladies. I look forward to getting to know all of you. I want to get to know all of you. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you. Now she on this trip. My intention is to get to know all of you. And Ashley was like, well, look, she keeps saying she want to get to know us, but she ain't buying it. And I don't blame her. She don't want to get to know nobody. She thought this was finna be the WAG show. And it's the housewife show. Then Wendy says she just want to have fun. And I believe that. Stacy says she want to enjoy the ladies because she tired of fighting with them. I believe that too. Because Stacy like, look, I done told 57 lies and y'all done brought back 59. And I'm trying, my heart is to fight that the two things I said that was true so y'all can forget the other 57 I lied about. She just want to have, she want to enjoy y'all without y'all catching her in any more lies. But that ain't, exactly work out. Gizelle says her intention is a room with a bathroom. Now, this the thing. Then you get Angel in the confessional acting like Gizelle picking on her. This is where she pissed me off again. Angel. And don't y'all bother me. I know her name is Angel. But we're going to go and be real country real quick. Angel. If you put them in a room with bunk beds and no bathroom to be shady and to get your lick back, like Monique said, don't try to clean it up like, oh, it was no big deal and it was just this and it was just that. That's what it was. So if you hear her say her intention is to have a room with a bathroom, she's not picking on you, Angel. She's not nitpicking you. She's complaining about what you wanted her to complain about. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all see where I'm coming from. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think Angel is right and Gizelle is just picking on her. If you put her in a room with Ashley because you were mad because you wanted to uninvite Ashley and Gizelle said if she ain't coming, I ain't. And instead of you holding your ground, you backed down and said, okay, fine, Ashley, you can come even though I don't want you there. So you put them in the room together. You did it to be shady. And shout out to Monique because when Angel was trying to play it out, Monique was like, no, that was real shady, girl. Own it. Stand by that. Own that. If you did something shady to be shady because you had a problem, you didn't like what they said to what Ashley said to you, and you didn't like Gizelle sticking up for her, cool, right? Cool. But if she complaining about the room that you wanted her to be unhappy about, how is that picking on you, baby? You did that so she would complain. You did it to be so she would be unhappy. You're supposed to be sitting over there having the key of your life because, yeah, I pissed you off, girl. I pissed you off. But Angel is like trying to be nasty, but then she wants people to be too polite to be upset about it. This is Housewives. What did you think this was? But get this, God's anointed daughter. We've been watching Housewives, everybody in here for season after season. People do that on trips. They do spiteful things to people on trips. So if you do something spiteful, it's because you want to upset the person, right? Y'all type right in the chat because I want to make sure we're on the same page. When the person is upset, which was your intention, why are you not pretending like they're picking on you, baby? You did it to make them upset. That was the whole idea, Angel. Like, oh my God. The Angel is insufferable. Is DS say Angel's type of shady is also, yes, she don't even know how to be shady like a normal person. She's a freaking weirdo. She's a freaking weirdo. I don't know anybody. Listen, I've seen a couple of people on social media that can stand her. I don't know who or why or how, because she is thank you. Angel is irritating. Irritating. Period cramps with no ibuprofen, irritating. Angel just told Andy she did it on purpose. I can't stand her. Right. If you did it on purpose to upset the person, why, when they're upset, are you talking about they nitpicking you? She gets on my nerves. Hey, Aries son, thank you for being 83. She's a freaking weirdo. And it's annoying. Her little press run and doing, podcasts and making little slick comments now don't count, because in the moment you were a weird, creepy, fake clown. And you're never going to live that down. So then after she says Gizelle is picking on her for being upset about what you wanted her to be upset about, right? Gizelle ends up asking Kay, is she really high? Gizelle and Ashley, while they back in the house talking about the room, and she's like, she ain't having it. She's just not doing it. And she was like, I gave everybody a nice room over in Nevis, even Stacy. And I was like, yeah. And I saw people online, what you mean even Stacy? She means even Stacy, because at that moment she didn't like Stacy. So it's like, okay, even Stacy. Stacy lied to Gizelle's face, lied to everybody's face, and tried to act like Gizelle lied on her. So Gizelle did not even like her at that moment. And she was not nice to her, but she did give her a nice room like everybody else. Like, she did not put her in no crap room or nothing. Now, she did some little shady stuff, like leaving things blank, but she didn't say, well, everybody gets a robe but you, Stacy. Everybody gets a cosmetic bag but you. Everybody gets a nice room but you. So I knew exactly what she meant when she said that. Yeah, it just, she did have a little bit of a point. So she starts talking about hotel accommodations and whatnot then, okay? And so all the ladies kind of congregate or whatever, because, Kay is in a condition. Gizelle thinks the girl is high. And she ends up saying, like, look, go ahead and take Kay where she can go to bed, because Kay need to go lay down. Like, whatever going on with Kay needs to rest. Let Kay get to bed. Why do they put people on the show like someone like Angel? Wrong name. Oh, I mean, because she wanted to be on the show. They didn't know she was going to be a weirdo. You over napkin dress Grandma Angel at this point. You so silly. But, so Monique asks Angel, like, why can't Gizelle stay at your house? And I was here for that, because I was like, Monique. Wow. Oh, Belicious say Kay be tired and sick on every trip. Mm-hmm. Yep. Maybe she one of them people that get sick on airplanes or something. Maybe that's what it is. But listen, so Monique said, how come Gizelle can't stay at your house? And she was like, because it's no room. And so they're like, how many bedrooms? Oh, she got 6 bedrooms. And then, oh, well, Bobby using one room for an office and something. And then Tia and Kay gonna stay at my house. And then here comes Jassi. Jassi was like, well, when you and Tia got so close. And I'm like, okay, Jassi, you're messy. But as soon as Jassi asked that question, I looked at Angel's face. Angel had this look like, why are you asking me that? Which is to me what I thought was so funny. So Jassi, you sitting up there. Yeah, she got 6 rooms. Okay. So basically, if she ain't got but 6 bedrooms at her house, that gives, you couldn't have never had all the women at your house. No way. That wasn't going to happen anyway, because you ain't got but the 6 rooms. You know what I'm saying? So she never had intention on doing what she claimed she was going to do from the beginning. Belicious said, I got sick on my trip to Golden, Colorado. I couldn't stop sneezing. It was so weird. Yeah, be like that sometime when you change environments. Hey, girl, what's up, Em McKinney? Thank you for being like number 84. You ain't late, girl. You right on time. But, So they had that little moment. I just thought it was weird. Like, Jassi, you put Angel on the spot when you and Tia got close or whatever, because you clearly got a thing for Tia. But then you up here calling Angel, but you calling yourself being double O Negro. You a double agent, girl. Okay. So they talk about that or whatever. Jassi then is in the confessional talking about where Tia claims to be a realtor allegedly, and she and Angel and them got a few $1 million, so she trying to get her first sale or trying to get a sale or whatever she said. And I'm like, okay, Jassi, that was a weird thing to say. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't go into new social circles and be around people who have the means to spend money, and you are a business and you're not trying to network and capitalize into that and turn that into money and, get yourself into their group of friends in case they need real estate. And it's not that she does real estate allegedly, because we definitely saw Tia at Sotheby's talking to her manager about her doing even more things than she's already doing. So I thought that was very nasty of Jassi, and Jassi should be very careful, because you had to give that man pure D hell after he hold around on you and all that good stuff to get down the aisle. Miss, well, I'm a wag now, and I'm a wag. Okay, don't get to wagging too heavy. Don't get to wagging your tongue too much, because any day, jump high, jump low, that could end, that could stay, it could be whatever. But this lady's business, why are you talking about allegedly about this black woman business? Why are you making slick comments about this lady money? It's no small feat for her to be a realtor over at Sotheby's. That ain't small. And for her to try to minimize it, well, I mean, allegedly a realtor, maybe she's trying to get a sale or whatever. Girl, listen. She's a realtor at Sotheby's, and you this man's wife. That's your job. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to just chill with it. But like, enough is enough is enough is enough with that. Jassi is being weird. Like, if she got a thing with Tia, girl, just go ahead and call it out. Go on and boss up on it. Let her know, I don't like you. I'd rather you do that than make them little weird comments about people business. Y'all know how I am with that. Leave people money alone. Hey, Angie, girl, thank you for being number 87. Yeah, that was nasty. That was nasty, and I didn't like it. Yeah, them wags are on the wrong show. Very nasty. Very nasty. I didn't like that from Jassi. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that was really gross. Then the rest of the ladies were in the house, Stacy, Wendy, Monique, Gizelle, Ashley, all of them sitting in there and talking about Angel and the agent, of course. And Mo was like, if it was me, I'd have called her right then and there, And Gizelle was like, Wendy, you want to call her right now? And Wendy was like, that ain't my place to call her. That's for Angel to clean up. Let Angel call her. She know the lady, let her call it, right? And so, and Monique had a point, like, I'd have called in and there. And Gizelle, of course, is just like, child, she that defensive about me mentioning eviction because there's something to it. Tia, K, and Angel in the car, they talking about, the real is very unprofessional. She just so unprofessional. And then Angel on this goofy stuff, like, I don't know what these ladies' problem. They jealous of me. Angel, ain't nobody jealous of you, mama. Ain't nobody jealous of you. Nobody, not the viewing audience, not these women you on the show with. Nobody's jealous of you. And she's like, the house they in is $1.6 million and they ungrateful. Can we hold Angel hands while we say this? Somebody reach out. Just from wherever you sit and just reach your hands out, ever so daintily. Just reach out. Take Angel by the hand so we can tell her. In today's housing market, a $1.6 million house is not that expensive. A $1.6 million house is not that expensive in today's market. It's not. It's not. It's just not. Like, there are some places where 1.6 million will get you a real regular house. Now, was the house tiny? No. Was the house in the best condition? No. Did it look dated? Yes. Is there an issue with sewage, the smell of sewage running through the house and no running water? Yes. So for her to say that they're showing ingratitude, how grateful you think these women supposed to be living in this little raggedy house with no water and sewage smell seeping through the house, when in reality, none of these women are poor women. Ain't none of these ladies poor. None of them. None of them. So it's like the same thing I don't want to see people do to Angel, because of whatever kind of miscommunication or misunderstanding she had with the owner of the house that she was doing an Airbnb through in Potomac. She's trying to do that to these ladies. It's like, girl, you got the money from that man, but you're not the first lady on that show to be getting money from a professional athlete. Stand up, Sharice Jackson Jordan. Big Reese was getting bread before all of them was on that show. Like, come on. Then Monique came in with her 4 homes getting bread, and she still got the bread. She made out real good. You just not the first. You're just not the first. Jassi got her one over there. She done landed Big Bank Hank. Stacy with her 2 teaspoons of booty done caught Timu, and I heard Timu got some bank too. Ashley Darby was over there with Montgomery Burns. This somebody that used to own the actual Watergate Hotel. And he's a real colonizer. Like, he's over there colonizing, stealing resources in actual Africa. Baby, ain't nobody up there is poor people. And I feel like, Angel's energy is coming across like this your first time having something. And that's cool, because we all Black women. And sometimes, when you don't come from and you run into something, you might get to thinking like, what happened to you? There's no way nobody else is enjoying this kind of life. But baby girl, and none of these women is poor. Actually come from poor people. But she was married to Montgomery Burns, and Montgomery Burns had that bank. He kept on a short leash, and now that she got her settlement from that divorce and the leash ain't around her neck, Ashley been over there wearing faux Sachi, F-O Sachi, and it ain't the one out the trunk of the car, it's the one at the stove. These people ain't poor. And I feel like Angel don't really understand that. It's like she wants them to be impressed by her. And she wants them to be in awe of her. And she wants them to be like, oh, all hail Angel because she got so much money. It's like, girl, ain't none of them people poor. None of them. None of them. So nobody's going to be grateful that you put them in a house, in the cabin in the woods, like the horror movie, with no running water, no Wi-Fi, in the middle of the bushes with no security. Like, that's nuts. DV say Angel was trying so hard to be vengeful that she ended up making herself look bad. Yeah, she made herself look like a donkey. Right, Angel is giving she never had. That's what it's giving. It's giving that this is such a huge thing to you. It's so miraculous. Like, maybe she didn't believe this could ever happen for her. I don't know what she was going through or why she feel that way, but I think she feels like this is one of them lightning in a bottle and nobody else could ever be living as comfortably as I am. And it's just like, girl. Angie girl said Angel just needs to admit she's not a fit for this show and bow out gracefully, and does. But I'm just being honest when I say it's not a good look. Saying people are jealous of you based on your 6-bedroom house in Colorado, no ma'am. And the fact that you put them in an Airbnb with no running water, no ma'am. Then Tia asked about any animals in the area. Angel rattles off a list of all the wild animals, including the rattlesnakes in the area. Angel's house is cute. It's raining. Bobby runs out to get her and help her inside the house. There were no umbrellas for her 2 guests. They just had to walk in the rain, and she left them. Tia's so happy to be there. Oh, I love your house. Oh, your house. Oh, I love your house. And production's like, are you happy that you're at Angel's house? And she's like, let me fix my face. And she's still smiling and grinning or whatever. She's like, well, they told me where I was staying, and I just stayed there. And it's like, girl, just say you're happy to be at her house and not at the house with no running water. Just say that. So the ladies at the house, they still talking about it. Listen, it's off to a terrible start. Stacy was like, she hated everybody separated. The rest of them is like, yeah, they normally have fun, like at the end of the nights when everybody's, when they rap and, cameras ain't there and they're in the kitchen, they kicking it, they drinking, they doing whatever, and now everybody's separated. And And Stacy was just like, well, we just not being hosted. The people being hosted are Angel, Tia and Kay, because the rest of them ain't being hosted. Ashley was like, she need water in the house because she boo-boo 3 times a day. And I was like, wow, she really is full of ish. Just an observation, because she told us, because I didn't know till she said something. Yeah, she left her guest to walk in the rain, and Bobby came to put a coat over her head, child. B. Lisha said that Bobby let the door close behind him. He couldn't help them get in. Right. I think they did bring their own luggage, or maybe production helped them. I'm going to say this. Papa would never do that. Ever. Ever. If my girlfriends are with me, you responsible for them like you responsible for me until we get them back to their husbands. Oh, he did let the door close behind him? I don't know. I have to go back and look. I can't pin that on him. Gossip News say he did. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was just shocked that he had absolutely no care or concern for her girlfriends that were with her, and you're the only man there. It's not like, you know, you're there and Tia's husband, what's his name? Mr. Glover's there. And then Greg, the balding squirrel, is there. You know their men are still in Potomac. You're the only man there, and you had no type of care or protection over those ladies. That just, you know, it's really gross. Angela and her husband were the worst hosts ever. The worst. Oh, so y'all saw the door close. Yeah, I didn't see it. I got to go back and look. I didn't see it. I was really blown away. Like, so not only is she a bad host, he doesn't even have proper home training. Who are these gutter mites? Teresa said Bobby is at Watch What Happens Live with Angel tonight. I'm sure he is, because, you know, to her, him showing up and showing his face for her is all the prize she needs. He definitely let the door close behind her. Now y'all gonna make me go back and look. I didn't see it. I missed everything. I missed all of that. Rob, that's his name. Thank you, boo. Rob. But Rob wasn't there, neither was Greg, and you were the only man there. And those gentlemen should have been comfortable to be like, well, hey, you know, you over there with Angel and Bobby, you know, I know Bobby ain't gonna let nothing happen to y'all while I'm here, so I can comfortably just chill. And while you over there, I would hope anybody who's friends with Angel saw this and realized, I hope their husband saw this or got wind of this and was like, yeah, you can't go unless I go, because Bobby ain't gonna make sure y'all all right, because that's literally what it gave. Then they start getting ready for this welcome mixer. And Angel's like, oh, I can't wait for the welcome mixer because I put a lot of energy into making sure I'm intentional with their time and blase, squaze, whatever. And did I say I was unimpressed with her welcome mixer? I was unimpressed. I've thrown my country tale without millions of dollars, have thrown much better shindigs than that. B. Licious said, and then Angel talking about, come on, girls, like what they don't get escorted in from the rain, no umbrella. Yeah, come on, girls is ridiculous. Yeah, production is shady. That's why they let us see the door closing. Yep. Oh, she made Kenya look timid. Wait a minute. Y'all ain't gonna never let Kenya live down ordering Uber Eats. She did it one time, y'all. One time. Kenya did not put them in a place with no running water. She didn't do that. What? Her friends were rude and weird. They were. Oh my God. We're gonna get into it. So yeah, unimpressive. So they got the mixer. They traveling to Angel's 2,000 leagues under the sea. Ashley in the car like, ooh, look at all them houses. I know it's some Airbnbs over there. Hey, one who cares. Thank you for being number 90. You know, she looking at Airbnbs. Monique and Jassi talking about checking for Airbnbs and stuff. They find 8 bedrooms to seat that hold 20 people, you know, house 20 and all that. Gizelle was like, I'm trying not to get an Airbnb. I'm trying to give her a chance. I feel like she got a good host in her. You know, she got a good host in her. You know what I'm saying? And she's trying to give her a chance, so she say, because that's the only reason she hadn't booked one already, I think. And then that's when they in the car heading there, and Monique was like, oh, she just sympathizes and she could see the same stuff that she was doing. And I feel like y'all know what I said from the beginning. Monique is trying to project what she went through and how she behaved onto Angel and her situation. And I stand by what I said, and I will say it again and again and again ad nauseum. Monique, even if you're right, it's not your business. And the reason why I keep stressing that is because who's to say Gizelle wasn't seeing some of herself and her own behavior in Monique and Chris' situation? And when she was projecting that crap onto her, you didn't like it. I'm not talking about when Gizelle was gearing up to lie on Monique. Oh, I'm a lie and say the baby ain't his, or I'm a lie and say she's sleeping with the gay trainer, because that's whack as hell, right? That's trash. But some of that projecting that Gizelle was doing, oh, you miserable, this, that, whatever. At the end of the day, Gizelle was doing the same thing to Monique and you didn't like it. So don't do that to somebody else. She's doing the same thing where Angel is concerned that Gizelle was doing with her. The only thing she's not doing, thank God, that Gizelle was doing is like she's not willing to lie on the girl. And that's why I'm saying I don't think that what Monique is doing is malicious. I don't. I think Monique is still reeling from the embarrassment, the humiliation, the second guessing herself, feeling stupid, like, oh my God, I was defending this thing tooth and nail, and this marriage was not what I thought it was, and I knew it wasn't that, and I was trying to keep up this front, and I think she's still reeling from that. And I think that we don't give enough room for the fact that sometimes the trauma that we experience is what we do to ourselves. And I'm not absolving Chris Samuels of anything, because I don't know that man. And y'all know I'm a woman first, so I'm going to always understand the woman first, unless the woman is completely full of crap, right? But a lot of the trauma that Monique is reeling from and reacting from and projecting is stuff she did to herself. Monique fought tooth and nail and worked overtime to project this perfect image because she felt like she needed to show that to the world, because she said herself way back when the first baby was small, she was like, I don't know if I could do this. So she had multiple times where she wanted to turn back and run, but she hung in there because she wanted to project this perfect image. And that's why she was hypersensitive about that marriage. That's why she was very hyper vigilant about anybody having any type of critique or criticism of that relationship, because she was not solid in that relationship, because she knew it wasn't what she wanted, because he wasn't acting like she wanted him to act. But because she did that, she's still reeling from that. She still is like dealing with the humiliation of her own behavior and probably blaming herself. Y'all know, don't act like I'm the only one that can see this. Don't act like it. And Too Adorable said Gizelle did say she saw herself in Monique. And that's why I'm saying, like, I see it. But it's so crazy that Monique don't see what the same thing Gizelle was doing to you. Gizelle was doing that out of trauma and all this stuff and just projecting her trauma onto Monique. And it don't matter if you right in the moment. That woman don't want to hear it like you didn't. And McKinney said Monique and Wendy are really messy when they're on Gizelle's good side. Is whack. What was messy about Monique? Monique wasn't being messy. Monique needs to go back to therapy and stop trying to project her situation. That's not messiness. That ain't messiness. And Wendy, this episode really wasn't being messy. She really wasn't being messy. And if we're gonna be honest, the situation with Angel, I can't even put that on Gizelle. Between Wendy and Angel, I'm not putting that on Gizelle. That ain't got nothing to do with Gizelle. And I'm not a Gizelle fan. That's very much Angel. Angel started with Wendy, and now Wendy don't care nothing about being ugly with her, because Angel shouldn't have started with that girl. Monique is still lost because she's still saying her and Candace was never friends. What does that have to do with the Chris and the Angel and the Bobby of it all? You got to stay on topic. And if she's looking back in retrospect and she feels like after reevaluating that relationship, that was not a friendship, I can't tell her what it was to her. Nor can you. Monique needs to fall back. Angel don't play by Bobby. Just like Gizelle needed to fall back, because at that time, what we saw was Monique didn't play about Chris. Or did y'all forget that she was ready to beat their tail about calling him big boy and talking about his big draws? Oh, how soon y'all forget? That's why Monique is seeing Angel and she's being triggered and trying to project her situation onto Angel. Okay? Now, let's really get into it. So after that had happened, Jassi was like, oh, I mean, I don't know about that. I'm a wag and I never experienced any of that. And I'm just sitting there like, Jassi, you've been married 5 minutes. Jassi, you've been married 5 minutes. When you talking about what you ain't experienced, that she's talking about as a married woman, how the hell would you, why are you even talking, Jassi? Jassi, however the hell you say it. Why are you even talking? I never experienced that. You've been married for 5 minutes. I knew exactly what Monique was saying. It just goes to the fact that, girl, just like you didn't want to hear it. And this is the thing where I really wanted to step on Monique's pinky toe. If you could see yourself in her, just like you could see it, and you were taken automatically back to that moment, Monique should have been taken back to that moment for herself and remembered how much she didn't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? If you can so easily remember the emotions and the behavior and the sense of the hypersensitivity, then easily you can remember how much you didn't want to hear that. Easily you can remember how much you were offended if anybody even hinted that there was the slightest ripple in your marital pond. So why would you do that to somebody else? Like, stop it. Stop it. And so Jassi was like, I know if it was me, I wouldn't want somebody divorced comparing my situation to theirs. And Jassi, you in the car with her and you not shy. So why didn't you say, Monique, I don't think that's right for you to do that? Why would you sit there making faces and then go make a phone call behind closed doors? You a corny hoe for that. You's a corny hoe for that, because you was right there in the car with her, close quarters, cameras there. If you was worried about getting it on camera, boo. Why wouldn't you just say, well, Monique, I don't think you should do that, because, you know, you went through a divorce and yours didn't work, but hers working, so don't do that or whatever. Why would you sit there making faces like an idiot and then go sneak and make a phone call behind closed doors? Who does that? That's so corny. Angie girl says she should have defended Angel and corrected the ladies when they had something to say about Angel. Oh, she wasn't gonna do that because Jassi is showing herself to be a cornball. Big cornball. Either you for her or you're not, right? So anyway, after that, they get over there to the lady house or whatever. And they all get there. Ashley brought her a crystal for her home. We find out that Angel collects crystals, and she's like, oh, Ashley, don't make me like you. You know, I don't even think you do. I collected crystals and something stupid. So, you know, they whatever. She gives them a tour of the house, and we saw the house. She had a specialty drink there just for Gizelle. And I'm just like, Angel, I don't understand you. So you put her in a room with Ashley because you were mad because she said, oh no, Ashley's my girl. If she ain't coming, I ain't coming, right? But then at the same time, you don't want her to be too mad at you. So when she gets to your house, you had a specialty drink made just for Gizelle. It's weird. It's weird. And this was one time, you know, very few times does Stacy Rush say something that I'm like, girl, you got a little point. Stacy was like, Angel seemed more excited about Gizelle than her own husband. And I'm like, I think that's overstating it a bit, but it does seem weird. And then it makes me think. I want y'all to roll with me on this one and let me know if I'm right or wrong. Okay. Give me a 1 if you feel me. Give me a 3 if I'm tripping. 1 if you feel me, 3 if I'm tripping. What it feels like is that Angel wanted to punish or like throw a little shade or a little nastiness at Gizelle because she didn't like how that Gizelle was demonstrating how close she was to Ashley. Like she didn't like the fact that she felt like Gizelle was saying, girl, if it's you or Ashley, it's gonna always be Ashley. And I think that hurt her feelings. So it's like, I'm gonna do something a little nasty, but see, I'm still kissing up because I really want you to like me. And that's what it was giving. I really want you to like me, Gizelle. I need you to like me. Put a 1 if y'all see where I'm coming from. If I'm tripping, put a 3. I'm not gonna be offended, please. But that's what it looks like to me. Because what is the specialty drink for? In all honesty, we watched her call you a catfish, and you tried to blame Wendy for it. You tried. When y'all was at Gizelle's event, y'all cool or whatever. Then when you sit down with Wendy, everybody's telling you, no, Gizelle said it, not Wendy. Even Gizelle said, no, I said that. Then she was still trying to bark at Wendy like some kind of weird demented chihuahua. And Wendy embarrassed her. Ashley said what she said about your eviction. Gizelle wasn't even over there at the 4th of July indoor picnic hoedown when it was said. So you was upset with Ashley because she brought catfish and she's, started asking questions about your quote unquote eviction, non-eviction, in the Airbnb, whatever. But then when Gizelle said, yeah, if she ain't going, I ain't going, Gizelle didn't say nothing rude to you, but you were that vexed. And it's like, that's the first time we saw Angel do anything to try to get back at Gizelle. Catfish get back? No. She cried to her the next morning, I saw you as a big sister. And then once y'all came all the way back from the trip, you tried to find a way to blame Wendy for Gizelle calling you a catfish. We ain't seen her have a problem with Gizelle until Gizelle took Ashley over her. And that was why you tried to be shady with the bedroom. And then the minute Gizelle is actually upset because you did something to upset her because she hurt your feelings by telling you that Ashley her people and you ain't, then you say she's nitpicking you. Like you just couldn't believe Gizelle wasn't happy. Then you have a specialty drink. Listen, anybody who like Angel can have them. I can't. So anyway, so then Monique saw Bobby and was like, oh, remember me? I talked to you on the phone because she was like, yeah, when I was in high school and yada, 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 yada. So they reintroduced and was like, good to see you, Blase Skippy. So it's like, oh, I got an oxygen bar downstairs. Then y'all, when they step out the back door, for those of y'all who wasn't watching, Angel had like 3 or 4 strange men. No, 3 strange men plus Bobby. He's a strange man too at this point. And they're all sitting on the deck chairs and they're leaned back. Let me get my ink pen so I can imitate. They're all leaned back in this, like, it was like this whole corny consortium. They're all leaned back trying to look like they're like, it was almost like a caricature of Black men trying to look like this is what it would look like if we were successful. Like this is what we look like. It was like watching a bunch of Black men trying to imitate what they think rich, powerful men act like. It was weird. And so they're all leaned back. Let me try to do it, y'all. I don't know if I can do it. I'm gonna see if I can do it. So she's like introducing them. Oh, this one is this, and this one is a super successful wealth management and a partner and the wanderer this and that. All this dumb stuff, right? So she's introducing them and she's looking like the world's biggest pick-Misha, singing their praises, and they're leaned back in the chair like this. And the ladies are trying to be, as graceful as they could, like, hello. And they're not even returning their greetings. They're just sitting there. Well, hold on. They had shades on. Where are my shades at? I'm going to get it right. Hold on. I got to give y'all the whole corny picture. Whole time, Angel is like, oh, see, they're, super successful. They're impressive. They're our partners. They're investing in the wander thing and outdoors and the mindful wandering around in the bushes. And, they're great. And this one is this and this one is that. It's very influential. Hold on. Y'all know I like my props now. Let me get it right. Okay. Dude sitting up there with the world's thinnest Panama Jack cheap linen shirt on. It was given label but poorly made. Okay. Women there. Hi. They return no greeting, y'all. Corny. It was so corny. I was nauseated. I said, what in the hell? What in the hell? What in the hell? Okay. TOMG say it was the cigar smoking for me. And the sunglasses on. Rude to keep them on when meeting new people. My thing is this. I'm not even into all that. If you keep them on, say, hey, what's up? Because I can't promise you I'm taking my shades off when I meet you. But I'm going to say, hey, how you doing? Because it could have been bright out there. I don't know. But I'm going to return your reading. Hey, I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to be personable. One who cares say them boys didn't speak. That's why they call them boys. Hello. The ladies were being introduced like they was being introduced to royalty, and they leaning back like, oh, y'all supposed to be impressed by us. Them women ain't impressed by y'all. A bunch of entrepot Negroes. Ain't nobody impressed by y'all. Yeah, looking at them like, oh, y'all in our presence, and maybe we'll acknowledge it. Who are you actually? Listen. I ain't even gonna say everything I was thinking, because y'all ain't gonna get my channel shadow banned. I ain't gonna say it. Deborah say, I think Angel thinks Gizelle is the way to Bravo land. However, Andy didn't look impressed at all with her talking about Gizelle. I'm sure he wasn't. Yeah, it was weird. It was super weird. Yeah, they look rented. They look like a bunch of people who are trying to make themselves more important than they are. It was really super corny. Well, we know those things were not gentlemen. Just creepy. They look real low class, low rent. It gave bad performance. It's like they watched TV shows in the 80s of people who were supposed to be tycoons or something, and that was their best tycoon impression. It was not it. Belicious said, you could tell Angel just got finished telling her friends how the ladies mistreated her. Then they were rude once introduced. That ain't what I picked up from that. I can't tell that at all. I can't. It gives that Bobby was sitting around with them, and they're gonna be real impressed. They don't get to meet people like y'all, and because I believe Bobby may have the same energy as Angel. They may think that because they've gotten their money like this, they're the only people in the world who went and got some money, and everybody's supposed to be impressed. Yes, they do not act like rich men. No. I've known a few. I've known a few, and that ain't it. The ones that are legal and illegal, that ain't it. But they weren't above anything. They look really low class and ghetto. I'm gonna just be honest. It was giving ghetto. It was giving ghetto people trying to present as people who weren't, and I wasn't buying it. Candy Butler, thank you for the super sticker, sis. Listen, my folks supporting me, and I appreciate it, because I am in pain. But I'm gonna tell y'all something: cramps or no cramps. When I saw them sitting up there with the shades on, lean back in the chair, they couldn't even lean up and look interested and wave or anything. Listen, I was like, I cringed so hard that one of my cringing moments coincided with a cramp. And I thought my whole bottom half would just come unscrewed and fall off. Like, it was really bad. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Candy Butler. BJ Des, girl, where you been? Good to see you. Happy New Year, child. Thank you for being number 97. So look. After that, Wendy was like, these people are strange. They were not digging it. Stacy was like, Stacy referenced the movie Get Out, and called it eerie and off-putting. Like, it's like, I'm telling you, they thought they were giving big boss energy, and they were really giving creepy ghetto dudes who are at their rich friend's house. And so this is their chance to act like they're big bosses or something. Like, it really gave musky ghetto energy. I didn't like it. Erica Luongo, welcome. Angel and her husband do have one of the highest net worths. And your point is, I'm going to wait patiently for your point. Waiting for it. Fill me in. Changes nothing I said. None of those ladies are poor people. None of them. Nobody's going to be sitting there like, ooh, ooh, we've never seen $1. Ooh, No. No. And the fact that there were these musky, ghetto presenting characters on her back porch staring at these women, not returning their greetings, smoking on cigars inappropriately. And I'm going to just say Buddy with the cigar was puckering a little too well for me. The pucker was too on point for me. I ain't going to say much. Because I'm saved. But he was puckering. The pucker was a little too on point for me. A little too on point. That's all I'm saying. Bobby looked at them like, who are these men, Angel? Bobby knew who the men was because they were sitting back there with him. He was sitting down there with them. Bobby was looking at her like, why are you hyping them up like that? Now, that's the look I saw on Bobby's face because Bobby know who them things are. Very pathetic. And I saw no class. It was given school on Sunday. Okay, as DS said, I said the Brokeback Mountain. You did say the Brokeback Mountain, and you get your butt to that corner too. Back that thing up to the corner with your crazy self. 22-second violation. So yeah, so then she takes them out in the middle of a field where she has a dinner table set up in the middle of a field. Jesus. And so they go sit down at a dinner table in the middle of a field. Randomly, some fella starts playing a fiddle. I know it's a violin, but I'm country, and I'm going to say fiddle, and y'all going to roll with me, okay? Randomly, she has this young man start playing a fiddle. And then the people start, serving food, look like some grilled fish and stuff. And everybody's like, oh, that's nice. She offered to bring them, shawls or whatever if they got cold because y'all outdoors in the middle of the woods at a table in the middle of the field while these strange, men who resemble ghetto urchins sit there and pucker perfectly on cigars. It was just an odd little scene, right? So they out there and the women were like, oh, the food smells great. This is great. Everything's great. It's so great. They, hyping up a little bit or whatever. And while they having a great time, Mo was like, oh, I love this Angel. And so I think it was Jassi or somebody's like, oh, you didn't like her. You didn't like who she was before. And so they was like, just the earlier energy or whatever. And so Gizelle jumped in and took it over. Now, what was funny was, I believe that was Jassi that was like, oh, you didn't like her before. It could have been Stacy, but I think it was Jassi, right? Right. That violin is definitely a fiddle. And it was giving fiddle in the middle of the bushes at a dinner table. Oh, yes, God. So I think that was Jassi, though. And I felt like she was trying to get something going, and Gizelle stepped on it because Gizelle had a bone to pick. And that heifer, if she got a bone to pick, she gonna pick it. So she was like, yeah, because your energy earlier was whack. And so Angel was like, well, I'm sorry you felt that way, but we here now and everything good now. Let's go on now. She trying to reset the mood and reset the energy and everything. And Gizelle wasn't letting it go. And she started telling her about, that house is too far away and you need to find something closer and ain't no water and that ain't going to get it. And so she was like, I didn't know that or whatever. And she was like, Angel was like, well, it's the high season and that's what was available. And Gizelle was like, child, high, low, middle season. This ain't going to get it. Ain't no water. People got to wash their tail. Yeah, all that. And so then, she was like, she said she going to call the host or whatever because everybody need water. I'm not that type of person. Girl, you went and got that trifling house in the middle of the bushes and it blew up in your face. I'm sorry, And what's sad is she probably low-key picked that house just because it had the 2 twin beds in the room because she wanted to do something nasty and you picked the wrong house, Angel. Like, sometimes when you try to do stuff, it falls flat. And that's all I can say. I also feel like Angel should have been upfront from the beginning. Hey, my house only has 6 bedrooms, but I want y'all to come to my city, and I'm gonna host y'all. I'm gonna put y'all on. We're gonna have a wonderful time. But instead, she led them to believe they was gonna be at her house, and then pull the old switcheroo. Now that's what happened, right? Anyway, I guess she catfished the house. So then after they got past that, Gizelle was like, "What's Stacy and Tia? What's up with y'all?" And so she said at the 4th of July indoor picnic hoedown that I put y'all together for the sack race and y'all work together for the sack race. Well, what's good now? Y'all good now, or where y'all at, or whatever. So the first person to get to talking was Stacy, and she was like, "Well, I don't have an issue with Tia because I don't know her, and I introduced her to my family, and I don't know about you, but to me, that's a big deal." And Blase Squad, hold on, what you say? So you don't have to be upset. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just stating that she does have wealth and usually housewife. Listen, I'm not upset, but if you sensitive like Angel, you can leave. I'm not upset at all. And I didn't think he was being rude, but I do like people to stay on topic. And so for you to come tell me, oh, she got one of the biggest, net worths. We've already talked about the fact that we love to see Black folks with money on this channel. It makes me excited to see Black folks with money. So for you to randomly say she got one of the highest net worths, I'm like, okay, and what's the point? I asked you for the point because I was waiting for one. Now, what you could have did when you came back was just gave me the point. Don't try to be passive aggressive because then you're going to get aggressive. I am a Floridian. Be warned. Be warned. When I'm upset, you'll know. You'll know. The way these cramps set up, you'll know. You'll know. Don't come in here with that. Don't come in here being sensitive and trying to get attention because you're going to get the attention you don't want and it's not going to be the way you like it. Okay? Get that under control. But anyway, so, she's like, I don't know if that's a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to me. And then you flipped on me and you jumped on the hate Stacy train and all that. And I'm just like, that ain't exactly how that happened. Sis on the phone in the chat. Everybody act right. She crazy. But right, Angie girl, that was my whole point. All these women have wealth. That's why the whole they're jealous of me thing don't track. Like Angel sounds dumb. She sounds dumb with that. You're in a room full of women that got it. What do you mean? Nobody's jealous of you, honey. Nobody's jealous of you. You're sensitive and they was trying to work with you with it and you have become insufferable. And it's only so far you're gonna go doing that with people before folks just throw their hands up and be like, yeah, I'm cool. I don't even care if you're upset. Because you upset all the time. You can't do that all the time and think people just gonna respond that way and be like, like, oh, let's keep woo-woo-wooing her. Nobody's gonna do that. But anyway, so at that point, she said that or whatever. So Angel was like, not Angel, Lord, Tia. Hey, the divine Miss M. So then Tia was like, well, let me tell you where I'm coming from. I took a step back from you because I started to see everything I heard about you look like it's true. You be lying. You know what I'm saying? She said, and on top of talking about you don't know who I am, she was like, girl, I know who I am. And she said, even better, you don't know who you are because you present yourself as somebody different to everybody. And I was like, ooh. And then the Chris thing came back up. Now, I do like that production cleared up what happened because Tia was like, you told me, I don't know that man. But then when production played, I don't know whether production played the wrong clip or whatever, but the clip production said, well, she was like, I mean, I know him, but she gave the impression like I don't know him like that, but I know him. So it's like, yeah, you did kind of give that impression, but Tia, those were not the words she said verbatim. So I don't know whether there was another conversation, whether Tia speaking on the impression that Stacy gave, because Stacy was definitely trying to get the impression. I don't really know that dude like that. Just like during the conversation when they was all talking, Gizelle was like, yeah, you did say you didn't have his number, then later said you did have it. Obviously you had it because you were showing, text messages, DMs or whatever. So you had some way to contact or whatever. I don't know, right? So that whole thing. And then Stacy's like, well, if the person that this is about, being Monique, is not upset, then why are you upset? And so Tia just told her, like, girl, she said, you agitate my spirit because I don't like liars. And I'm like, you know what? I'm with you there. I'm with you when you're right. And so Stacy thought she was finna do the whole Detroit ghetto get book, try to get loud to deflect, and it didn't work because everybody was too busy laughing at Tia crazy, but talking about you agitate my spirit. I never told nobody they agitate my spirit. But now that I think about it, there are a few people who do indeed agitate my spirit. Those people exist, right? So everybody was cackling. So Stacy couldn't even get her normal deflection, get loud on. You know what I'm saying? She did it with Kayana. Anytime Kayana had a day to write, she get loud and started doing her thing. When Gizelle and Ashley had a pin down, she got loud and started doing her thing. When her and Tia got into it, not even into it, but just the back and forth, she got loud and started doing the ghetto deflection thing. Even with this situation, when she was talking, Tia did not interrupt her. But the minute Tia started talking and started like naming out what her issue was, Stacy immediately started trying to cut her off and talk over her. Like, Stacy, I see you, girl. I see you. Not a good look either. So anyway, at that point, Monique was like, look, we asked Stacy. Stacy vehemently denied that she did that. She said she didn't do that. And that's just what it is. She said she didn't, right? But then we find out when Monique was like basically saying like, look, until she do something, and you know, for me to feel like there's no way I can believe her, I'm just gonna have to let it be at that, right? I gotta be fair. But she said basically, like, I do kind of low-key want to know how would he even have it. And the fact that within 10 minutes he had the information and it was twisted and it wasn't told right. I'm like, Stacy, that do sound messed up. And it came back because Monique was like, he done had his lawyer contact me. And they talking about defamation, and he's trying to use that as a way to like revisit custody conversations and whatever. And I'm like, whoa. Now, if this turns into a thing where he drags her into court behind something that he was told, I can guarantee y'all, if that happens, I'm not saying it will, but if things go that far, then what that's going to give is that we're going to end up finding out who told. Now, one thing I am going to say, can't nobody lie and say it was Cookie because Cookie wasn't there. Can't nobody lie and say it was Cookie because Cookie was not there. We know Gizelle ain't called him. Sharice wasn't at that table, was she? Y'all, anybody in the chat, was Sharice at that table? Because I don't think she would. No, Sharice wasn't at that table. So Sharice couldn't have called him. Tia don't know him to call him. Wendy darn sure ain't calling Chris. She ain't seen Monique since the reunion. So, I mean, I'm going to leave it at that. Monique say until she do something, you know, to her to make her just call it, you know, hey, you lying. She just going to be fair and just let it be because I don't really know. Right? Yeah. And that's the thing. Monique was like, well, until she do something to me, I just got to take what she said. And Stacy did have a little toot on her face like, girl, be very happy that she's trying to be fair with you and just saying, well, until she do something, then I can't, you know, I'm not going to just say she lying. You know what I'm saying? DS say the only thing Stacy gets right is bad breath. 11-second violation. Back to the corner. 11 seconds. That's why you run it, because you can't stay out. So, you know, it's cool, right? So we find out that the next day they're going to Aspen and Kimosabi and then back to the house by 7. So that says to me, what, you going to Aspen for like an hour, you going to Kimosabi for like a couple of hours, and then you back at the house by 7. That sounds crazy because y'all are an hour away from each other. So you're going to travel an hour to get to one central location, to get to the airport, to fly to Aspen, hang out there for a couple of hours, hang out at Kimosabi for a couple of hours, and then run back to have dinner by 7. And actually, that means you got to run back earlier because you got to drive an hour back to the cabin in the bushes to bathe if there's water, to change clothes, because who the hell wants to go to dinner in they all-day clothes, and you don't know if there's going to be water, to come back to wherever for dinner at 7. Sounds crazy. So then they go sit by the fireside, which I'm like, yeah, fireside for sure. You had them have dinner in the middle of an open field with a fiddle, offering them coats from your bedroom. Crazy, right? So anyway, so while they fireside or whatever, Kayana was like, can we do like a a pajama party, like after the whole Aspen thing or whatever. Angel talking about she got to check with Bobby to see if she could do it. Mo was like, girl, it should be cool. They say, dang, it's just thinking it's not gonna be cool. Like, girl, come on. And she's like, wait, no, just girl, women just talking like, girl, it'll be cool. Come on, come on. Why would you have to go? And Kayana was like, ooh, when I saw the hand, I know Angel was like, hey, girl, this is my man. Monique don't want your man. Monique don't want your man. I thought that was corny. I'm going to just say it. I thought it was corny. But whatever. You know, Monique trying to be upbeat, but at the end of the day, just like, girl, you know how silly you were. So just understand this girl is 10 times sillier. So anyway, then after that, she's like, I'm gonna just check with him or whatever. And then the party was over already. They came there, stayed for a couple hours, and they're leaving like nothing. Like, that's why I said her whole little, what did she call it? Welcome party, or hold on. What did she call this mess? The welcome mixer. It was a flop. It was a flop. The ladies look like they enjoyed the food, but other than that, it's giving. It was a flop, big flop. So party's over, they're leaving, they're heading back. Okay. Angel then goes to Bobby. And this is where she displays some more of the fake stuff. Yeah, 7:30. 7:30. And it's not like they could just go somewhere else and have a good time because you got them in the middle of the bushes, right? But she goes to Bobby to tell him about it and was like, you know, she's telling him about it while saying, well, I know you don't really want me to do that. And so they took it as, well, she don't want to, so she gonna use him as an excuse. I felt like she knew he wasn't gonna be okay with it, so she went to him to tell him about it so she could say she told him about it, but she went to him with the posture of, see, I really don't want to do it, Bobby. Okay, so see, you know, don't be irritated with me because I really don't want to do it. That's what I got from this. And it's like, Angel, ma'am, you didn't have to do that on camera. You should have waited till y'all went to bed to have that conversation. That shouldn't have been on camera. I'm going to just tell you. And she was like, why would I want to, you know, if I got a chance to be around my kids, why wouldn't I be with my kids? And, you know, I just want to hang out with them during the day. And then at night, I could be with my kids. You know, I'm breastfeeding. Why are you on Housewives, Angel? Why are you on Housewives? You there to socialize, ma'am. So they did this whole back and forth. And so he was like, well, do you want to do it? And she was like, well, no. She knew no was the only right answer. Now, in the chat, y'all tell me, do y'all think Angel wanted to do it y'all think she just automatically did not want to do that, so she was using Bobby as an excuse? Or do you feel like she really would have followed the crowd, but she didn't want to upset Bobby? Because I don't think Angel has a strong opinion about anything other than Bobby. I feel like had this just been a girls' trip like it was supposed to be, she would have followed the crowd. But I think because Bobby was there, she did not want to risk upsetting Bobby. That's what I think. Say Angel's description, I'm one of the most humble people, is as contradictory as her name. I agree. She looked relieved she had an excuse. Okay, so you felt like she never wanted to, and that was a good excuse. She said good night like they were at a rest home. Yes. It's the second one for me. Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. Let me get Adrian. Adrian Marie says she thinks he was using him as an excuse. She didn't really want to. That sounds like an abused woman. It kind of. I don't think that he physically abused her, but there is emotional abuse, and there can be things where maybe it's not even that, or maybe she just has, you know, feelings of I don't want to upset him, and she's hyper aware of his mood changes and whatever. You know, that can happen. She didn't want to rock the boat. Definitely is what it gave. So she brought it to him with the posture of, see, I'm asking you, but see, I really don't want to go see, you know, I know this is something that'll upset you, so I don't really want to do that. No. If I got a chance to be with you and these children, that's what I want to be, because, you know, God forbid, I don't want you to think I don't want to be here, because then you might wake up and decide that you don't want me to be here either. Yep, she didn't want to upset him. That's what it gave me. And he looked irritated when she brought it to him, and I felt like she knew that it was going to irritate him by her bringing it to him. You think she didn't want to go? Hey, Shakuru, what's up, boo? Yeah, it was a little weird thing, and I really wish she had waited till they was gone to bed for the night and had that conversation privately. Because I feel like, hey, at the end of the day, lady, that is your husband, that is your home, that is your family. Do what you need to do to keep your unit solid. But you could have had that conversation behind closed doors. Belize and JB, girl, listen, I'm with you. It's giving Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. After Bobby was livid, but then with the version that we got on the camera was him acting like, oh, it's perfectly cool. He really did give her livid, but he know how to put on in front of people. Like, oh, he came there and tried to act normal, but on the phone, we get there when we get there. Who the hell is you snapping at? Hey, when I say she wouldn't have made it to that trip, because I'd have told her husband off so bad, he'd have made her turn that car around. He'd have made her hit a U-turn in the middle of whatever highway, freeway, byway they was on and go home. Because who is you snapping at, Angel? Angel husband. Angel is just weird. I hope she don't come back. I hope she don't either. Her whole persona smells like spoiled cheese. I don't like it. So yeah, that had happened. And so they driving on back, And Stacy, Ashley, and Gizelle was like, they felt like she was using Bobby as an excuse. And some of y'all think so too. So it could be right to adorable. If she like it, I love it. Listen, stay with your husband, girl, because ain't none of us got nowhere for you in them children to stay. So stay with your husband, hold on to your man, and hold on to God's unchanging hand. I don't know what else to tell you. Just hold to his hand. Okay, Angie girl said, y'all know Bobby took them hard hits for 10 years. Him ain't right. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't finna blame it on the hits. It's a lot of men took them hits. They on. L.W. Smith said, did you watch Angel and Bobby on Watch What Happened? No. I don't watch. You know what, LW? I'm gonna wait for the clips to come out because y'all know I don't really like Andy Cohen. I don't like him. I don't like the White Powder Ranger at all. I don't really like no Powder Rangers, but I really don't like the White Powder Ranger. So I'm gonna wait for the clips and then I'm gonna see. Or if some of y'all send me some clips, I'm gonna see them. I really can't do him. Then they driving back about an hour into the trip. It's pitch black, ain't no street lights. They on the road in the middle of nowhere. Like, dang, if the car quit, we can't get out the car. We got to stay in this mug. I don't know if I'm gonna stay in the car though, because the car can be like a box for the killers to just come get you. Like, they ain't even got to hunt for you because you in the car. Now, if they stay in the car, I would probably climb out of the car and hide under the car in case the killer came to kill everybody in the car. I'm gonna be the one under the car when the state troopers roll up. But you know what I'm saying? It did look spooky as hell. You couldn't see a goddamn thing. And they out there in the middle of nowhere, in the pitch black, no security, no nothing. I'm just like, y'all ain't got no stun guns, no pistols, no ice picks, because y'all was on a plane, so you can't carry no weapons. And I ain't even see y'all go by the liquor store to get an ice pick. I ain't see none of y'all stop at the gas station to get, pepper spray or nothing. Y'all just out in the middle of the bushes, butt booty naked with nothing. In the dark woods with no reception. Yeah, that part. So then they get back in the middle of the night. I'm talking about it's dark. Baby, it's dark. It's 3 a.m. in an oil slick, black as pitch, and ain't no water. Pitch black and ain't no water in the middle of the bushes at the cabin in the woods. So they get up the next morning. They're up there saying water prayers and stuff before they turn spigots. And they turned the spigot on. It was some water in the sink. It's like, oh Lord, it's water. So I was like, well, thank you, Jesus. It was water in the morning. Only for Ashley to say, ain't nobody had no water but Stacy. And Stacy over there rationing water. And like I said, Stacy ain't wrong, because Stacy might only have 2.5 tablespoons of booty, but she want all 2.5 tablespoons of her rump to be clean. And I support that message. You ladies, do whatever you need to do to make sure that rump is clean. Whether the rump is flat or plump, it needs to be clean. And I'm not mad at Stacy for rationing her water, okay? Jassi was like, we need to wash fast for the water go away. Then they found out the heat was stuck on 90. They couldn't even turn the heat off, child. Monique said it was so hot, her face swole up. It was miserable. Gizelle said she found a place she can't take no more. Hey, Richard Wilson, thank you for being 106. Stacy come down there in some silver and black fringe. I don't know what the hell she had on, but she had it on. And then over at Angel House, child, she's talking about, they calling no water a narrative. Oh, they don't want the ladies to start. I hope they don't come with the narrative. Baby, not having water to wash your coochie is not a narrative. And that's why I was like, Tia, you getting on my nerves, baby. What is the narrative? Because when you got up, you could watch it. You could watch your cooter monkey. You ain't had to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? If you was gonna be ripe, you ain't had to worry about. Gizelle talking about she having to squat and reach and grab and catch the water and harness the water up to her privates and all that. No. The devil is a lie. That's nasty. That's nasty. That's what you call nasty. Nasty. Okay. So that's when she was like, oh, they just waiting for the nail in Angel's coffin. The ladies are waiting for a nail in her coffin. And then they up there, petting Angel, talking about, and then nobody called you. I wouldn't know if Jassi didn't call. Nobody called you. Ma'am, you are the host. And the lady sat there and was like, child, ain't nobody even checked on them. I'm your guest that you put in the cabin in the woods with no water and sewer odors and no Wi-Fi. You don't check on me. You got the heater stuck on. You don't check to make sure we even got in the house safe. But you talking about ain't nobody even called to tell you. You knew they had water problems yesterday, Angel. Why would you not call to say, hey, I'm getting ready to call them people. Was y'all able to bathe this morning? That was your responsibility. And then that's when we find out that Jassi was over there reporting that Mo said she was concerned and she felt like she saw similarities or whatever. And then Angel talking about that's evil. And they coming for Bobby and I'm going to crash out and this and that. And, I'm just like, girl, crash out for what? Because you crash out with Monique and she beat the hell out you and end up back in therapy and anger management. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, because the more I watch Monique, the more I'm realizing she's an unstable character. She's a very pretty girl, but Monique got a couple of screws that ain't loose, they missing. You run up there and hit that girl if you want to. All I'm going to say is I'm starting to see why Monique and Portia is friends, because both of them, screws gone. So I'm glad the wild animals didn't pick up the scent. Hello. Says she was a semi-host. It was terrible. She wasn't even a semi-host, baby. Not even, because she ain't host for two people and had the rest of them people in the middle of the bushes. And no, she had no intention of putting them people in her house after she told them she got 6 bedrooms only. And she had her children there, her, Bobby using a room as an office. Where was all them women going to be in her house? She never had intention on that, but she told them one thing and did something else. Adrian Marie said, does Angel not realize this trip is one for the books? This will be remembered as the trip with no water. Yes. And the ladies are already dubbing it. They're already dubbing it the worst housewives trip. And I'm sorry, but I have to agree. Then Monique looked like she was saying something about, you could see the stuff that's what you done been through or whatever. And I'm just like, if you could see something because you done already been through it. And she was saying this to Gizelle, and I just felt like I saw the irony in that moment, because Gizelle saw the stuff she had been through with you, and when she said that you was offended. But now you can't understand that what you're doing can be offensive, even though when it was done to you, you were offended. It's like, Monique, I know your screws have fallen out the side of your very pretty head. Darling, pick them up, put them back. You're going to be just as beautiful when you put them screws back. Monique is not wrap tight. Not wrap tight at all. At all. This is the worst trip in all the franchises. And yes, Tia is flip-flopping like hell. Now that's one thing Stacy said about her, saying she's a flip-flopper in the confessional. But she's like, if Angel having a bad day, she on Angel's side. If Gizelle don't like Stacy, then she on Gizelle. But then she had to correct herself, like, Gizelle don't like me on most days, and she don't. From the first day you got on that show, Gizelle ain't like you. Actually, TOMG said, I pity the fools who paid for her mindful nature retreat. And me too. And me too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I just was just like, like I said, almost everybody got on my nerves this episode. But I'm gonna put the StreamYard out in case somebody got a couple of things they want to, throw in there. Y'all make it brief because right now Big Sis is in a lot of pain. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it cool and keep it cute, but the girl is hurting. Okay, but in the coming attractions, we see Gizelle telling Angel to her face, "Child, I'm taking over this trip. I'm finna find us somewhere to stay." And Angel was like, "No, you not." And Gizelle was like, "It's up to the ladies," which it is. Which it is. It's definitely up to the ladies. I'm going to say this. If things devolve to the point that Gizelle actually does take over, grab a place, and the ladies get the hell up out of the Airbnb from hell, Angel is going to be a laughing stock, like a huge laughing stock. While I don't get a kick out of the embarrassment stuff, like I don't believe in all the, let's humiliate the hell out of people. But at the same time, humiliated or not, you can't expect people to be cool with you putting them in a broken down old Airbnb without running water. Like they have to have running water. And we saw for a fact, like let's go into it. When Mia Thornton, when Bigfoot, the large Hispanic gentleman, had the ladies in Miami in that broken down Airbnb that had the toilet water pipes that was going over the top of Gizelle and Robin's bed and all of that, them ladies stayed in that place. And that was not like a really nice place. Like it was really, low key, kind of raggedy or whatever. They stayed there. They toughed it out. They thugged it out. It was whatever. And we've seen these ladies thug out some places that wasn't that cool. But you can't expect grown women who are not homeless to be okay with staying in a place without running water. These are women. These are not men. Like men don't mind. Hey boo, men don't mind being a little, a little tart. A lot of times, men will be a little gamey. Sometimes you can't expect no soul sisters to be stink. Like they just don't do that. So I guess we gotta wait and see what happens next week. I'm very interested to see how this thing plays out. There go my Reed. That's my sugar. So listen, I want to hear what y'all got to say. Gossip news. Give me what you got for a pork chop, and then Reed, you up next. I want to know what y'all think. I'm dying to hear it. Give it to me.
So I did my own notes. I gave them all one word to describe them. And I rated them. Ashley gave her 5 out of 10. Somewhat likable. Angel, negative 100 out of 10. Boring and fake. Gizelle might be right this season, so I gave her a 9 out of 10. Jassi, didn't like her. 0 out of 10. I don't know why she's on this screen and she's going to irritate me the whole entire time. Okay, I think she might be pregnant or she's high. She might be both.
I hope she's not pregnant and high. You can't be both. Please don't be both, Jesus.
Okay, she might be high.
Okay.
Or she might be pregnant. But she can't be both. So she might be either or.
Yeah, heavy on or. Okay.
Stacy, I didn't really care for her. Gave her 5 out of 10. She didn't really annoy me this episode, but I did describe her this season as a liar. Tia, I like her. She's confusing. I don't like the flip-flopping. So I gave her a 9 out of 10. Wendy was speaking facts, and I respect the fact that Wendy ain't giving Angel nothing else for a care friendship this season. So 10 out of 10 for her. At this point, how I'm rating this episode, I'm giving them a 7.
Okay. Ree, what's your take on this stuff, girl? Tell me what you think.
Well, first of all, I want to know if Gossip News is representing the whole entire corner, or is it just DS over there, the reflection corner? Because
no, you're so crazy. I want DS to come up here one time and defend her nonsense and chicanery just once, because DS is out of control and y'all condone her behavior, and that is why she continues to do it. But go ahead, Reed.
Listen, you gotta be the lawyer for the whole corner.
I am the lawyer for the whole corner. Everyone here is innocent. We are being falsely accused of free statements that we have stated that I've been put in timeout for calling Angel's dress a grandma napkin dress. It is. She dresses like a grandma. Can we all just say it? But
See,
honestly, I'm gonna represent everyone who gets sent to the corner. I am gonna represent your cases
it's
for
okay.
free.
You'll be the attorney. I'll bring the snacks. And
Okay.
Yes,
okay. So now, like, are they trying to build an alliance over here between Tia, Kiana, and Jassi? Because it's just giving that vibe.
you mean
And
Angel?
an Angel too, because it's giving the vibe with the four of them. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it.
No,
Like,
you're not. Keep talking, girl. See, let me tell you, this is
Tell
how
you.
we figure out stuff. This is how we figure out stuff. We figure out stuff because somebody has a spark. And I think you got a spark. I was sensing something, Ree, but I didn't know what to call what I was sensing. And I'm glad you said it. So say it again. Everybody get your pen and your pad. Those of you who are in the royal family, get your clipboards out of the royal family emojis in the
I
chat.
got mine.
yeah,
Put
so because the thing
spam
is
the
that
chat with clipboards. Go ahead. Re on the
because remember, okay, so the season Jossie and whatchamacallit, oh my gosh, the one that you call that has an ounce of booty. Why did I forget?
Stacy.
Stacy.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Stacy.
they were thick as thieves. But as the season progressed, all of a sudden she's like inching
Up under
towards more
Angel.
Angel. But I'm thinking it's because they're both wags. But then Tia's here flip flopping because she flip flopped on Stacy. Now she's flip flopping on Gizelle. Because
Yep.
now she's all and Wendy. Now she's like all underneath Angel and Kiana. Shoot, you know, she's
Yeah.
all about the short gremlin.
Yeah.
But her and Angel, they're BFFs. So I'm like wondering, are they trying to create an alliance?
Girl, I think you had a spark. I think you got a spark.
You know what?
What? Hold on.
I got it.
Hold on. Ree, you own to something. And I'm going to tell you why you own to something. I want you to think back to Nevis. Y'all know where we going in the chat, back down memory lane. It ain't that far. Remember when they was on the golf cart, Ree?
Mm-hmm.
And all of them, when they got up that morning, who was on the cart? Kiana, Tia, and Angel. They had already started kind of like linking in. See, Jassi trying to be in the link up, but she ain't all the way in the link up, which is why she didn't get invited to the house or whatever. But she low-key making the calls behind closed doors, and she's sitting up there listening and like ear hustling so she can run information back. Because, and the reason why I say she ain't really down with it yet, but she trying to get down so to a certain degree, because as soon as Gizelle said we're gonna get a place, and even though she was the one reporting information, she was like, I'm gonna just pack my bag and bring my bag downstairs. She was immediately down for the whatever, because she not all the way in yet. But you on to something with the Tia, Kiana, and Angel of it all. Yes, you are.
Yeah, because if I remember exactly, Tia Tia's never really had she had a stable relationship with Kay. Angel was just Angel and her being allies for the Will team. Jassi is trying to get in as a wag sister to Angel. It's giving the four of us a team up. We're gonna team up against the other five because one, Angel doesn't like Gizelle, Wendy, or Acid at this point. Tia and Stacy are not getting along. Kay doesn't like Wendy, and I don't know if she likes Acid or Gizelle at this point. And Jassi is just Jasmine's what? She's just there just to either be trying to get on the show, trying to become a housewife, or she's just there to be messy because this episode she was doing too much. It's giving she's desperate to try to get in an alliance with them so then she can get an upgrade and leave the rest of them in the downgrade. Because she wants to be someone with water.
And also, I have a question. Am I the only one that thinks Angel is weird? Like, when we look
No.
back at her relationship with Bobby, right? She always tries to say Bobby. But in this episode, when she was talking to him, she was just like, oh, I'm breastfeeding, blah, 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 blah. Why didn't you just say that you're not going to spend the night because you're still breastfeeding your baby? Like, why make it seem like I have to ask Bobby? Bobby has to okay it. When you could have been like, I'm not going. I'm still breastfeeding my baby.
Now, can we get into it? I'm gonna tell you why I think she did it like that, right? Because she easily could have said, I'm gonna breastfeed, and that would have been an easy way out. And you're not the only person who says she's weird. Look, Auntie was saying in the chat, she's like, she's been telling y'all that heifer weird all night. She have, and she is a weirdo. But I'm gonna tell you what I think. Okay, it's a couple of reasons. You ready? Roll with me. Y'all in the chat too. Roll with me. Break out them clipboards. Reason number one, she want them women to believe that Bobby just so possessive over her. He just don't want her out of his sight. I gotta ask Bobby, because you know how Bobby is about me, child. You know Bobby don't play about me, child. You know Bobby. You know.
Okay, can I say something? And I agree with you about that. And I think that she's going back to Bobby and trying to play victim and then making the girls look. Okay, go ahead.
But it's more to it than that. I see Auntie about to dig deep. I'm about to dig deep.
Girl, go ahead, dig deep. Build that well.
I'm gonna build it. We gotta hit ground. So now that's the first part, right? The next part is why she know that may not exactly be the vibe. I think the other issue is she know Bobby ain't really for this TV stuff. He tolerating her doing this TV stuff, and he don't want to be bothered with them children. You're gonna stay here and see about your children. And so it's like, okay, you doing a trip because you want to do this thing with them, but you know you gonna be here. And if you're trying to be out there too much, it's gonna be a problem. And I feel like Angel does not feel safe enough. And I'm not saying her marriage is in no trouble. Y'all know I do not speak bad on nobody, on no black marriages. Nobody's, but especially not no black marriages. But I feel like she don't feel safe enough in her marriage to dare upset him. Does that make sense to you, Reed? You get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
She's afraid to upset him because she does not feel like if she upset him that she can securely sit in her seat. I think she is grateful to be in her seat, as you should be, if the Lord done sent you a man, okay? God's man, not just any old man, right? But I think that she's so grateful to be in that seat, and she's so scared if I move my feet, I'm gonna lose my seat. I'm not trying to have him mad about nothing. I need him to be happy all the time. I need him to be pleased with me all the time. And it's like, Angel, you're gonna wear yourself out with that girl, but you know some women have to learn the hard way. And I think that's why when she went over there to him, if he had said, man, go ahead and have a good time, I got them kids, Angel would have beamed from ear to ear and said, yeah, y'all, I'm coming. You know, my man want me to be happy. But when she could see, I think she put it in a way to kind of let him know that, oh, you know, if I got a chance to be with my kids, I'm going to choose my kids. Because that was, you know, I'm telling you about it. I really kind of do want to follow the crowd a little bit because I don't want them picking on me because I can't do what they do. But I'm afraid to upset him. That's what I got from her. She is afraid to upset him. That's got to be a tough spot to be in, where you can't speak your mind as a wife because you're afraid of his reaction. And I don't think that he would do anything to her, but I think that she's not comfortable enough to make him upset. And that's a tough spot for a wife.
No,
we upset them. That's what we do. We raise their blood pressure. We the reason their hairline get to scooting back. We the reason.
I thought it was because men cheat. That's why their hairline went back.
No. Sometimes it is, but when a man ain't a horror, and you see that hairline going back, it's because we worry their nerves. We give them high blood pressure. Yeah.
I have a theory of my own about Angel.
When we don't argue at them, you know, sometimes as women, we can silently run a man blood pressure up. We ain't even got to talk. We can give them the silent treatment and stress them out so bad they cortisol levels jump and they start to get a pot belly. We stress men out. And so to be a wife and you're in a situation where you're like hyper aware of his mood. And she was I watched her during that conversation. As he moved, as his facial expressions changed, she changed the way she spoke. It can happen. It can happen. Audie, Ada, May, oh Lord, I am out. Well, if you out, why are you announcing it? Just leave. We joke around over here. If you can't take a joke, don't be here. This ain't the place to be. We joke over here. But yeah, we do stress our husbands out. And you know what? We're supposed to be able to comfortably stress our husbands out. And if you one of the people that can't take a joke because maybe you don't want to stress yours out too, we get to do that. But I feel like she was definitely trying to like feel him out. and see, you know, how he was gone before she said, you know, and that's why when he said, well, do you want to? She said, well, no. I don't believe that Angel just didn't want to do it.
Wait, I could have sworn the first 3 episodes she made a comment about messing up their money, and then Bobby like is now the one that handles their money because she did something and that messed up their money.
She did.
She did say something like that, but I don't know what it was. And y'all know I try to be careful. I don't want to say the wrong. I don't know.
Because I think that's probably why. Because it was giving me a Robin Juan vibe. Like once she messed up his money, Juan had just completely became a different person, and she's just like she's probably walking on a thin, tight rope because she did do something to mess up the money.
Somebody in the chat, tell me what was the conversation? Because it seems like I remember something like that, but I don't really know.
I think I have to go back and look at those 3 episodes so I can go ahead. I'll go ahead and put it in Discord.
Yeah, please. So, somebody in the chat remind us. And one of y'all mods, whoever this heifer is in this plastic wig in this picture, block her. Make sure she don't ever come back to my chat no more. You know, I'm offended by plastic wigs anyway.
Well, you know, she
I don't
probably
like
has a hard wig, soft life.
Yeah, and I hope she get her soft life, and I also hope that she get that hard wig out my chat. Don't come in here with that oversensitive bull crap. I don't like Angel because she oversensitive. You definitely don't come in here acting like that.
Right.
Thank you, DS.
I have my own theory about Angel and her personality. I think she has an issue with the same way she doesn't want to upset Bobby. She's trying to be a people pleaser. She's doing it with Kay. When Kay had issues with Wendy, what did Angel do? Instantly went to, if my friend's having an issue with Wendy, I'm gonna have an imaginary beef with Wendy. It's giving that she wants people's love and attention the same way that she said she felt that with the big sister. Is giving that she feels so insecure in her own self that she's trying to please other people that she's not being her real self.
Yeah,
she's
I don't get that. Maybe, but I don't get that. I remember that conversation now. So this, when we heard about that thank you for bringing that back to my mind. I believe I may still have the notes on it. Let me go through the notebook. You know I keep the notes. But remember, this was while they was in Nevis. Remember, Jassi was telling her about what somebody had said to her about Angel, and she waited until the camera wasn't there and told her privately what the lady had said. Is that ringing a bell?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's when something came up about some money was moved or taken or whatever. It was.
Yeah.
That's when it was. Hold on, let me see if I can get the notes.
I do remember that conversation.
That's when it was. I'm trying to.
About her like taking money, stealing money from him or something like that.
Something like that. Yes. Okay, got it. Okay, I got the notes. Hold on. This is why I love the notebook. Let me tell y'all something. This is why I tell y'all my wish list is there. So if y'all want to make sure I do not run out of notebooks, this is why we need notebooks. So I can go back to the notes and tell y'all what happened. And thank you, girl. Because if not for you, what was I going to do? Okay, so she was bothered by the conversation. Angel, somebody somebody had messaged Tia and told Tia something about Angel. Jassi told her about it. She pulled her to the side and told her what was said. And people feel said that people felt like that she made them feel excluded and left out. And that's not who Angel showed her to be. And that she had I told y'all my handwriting bad. Know some of the same people, and they said that she was not the nicest person. Then Angel took over the situation and started explaining it. And she said when she first started dating Bobby in Chicago, that the agent / mentor / a financial advisor called him on a 3-way call to say that Angel had stolen from him and hid birth control. and hid some birth control to try to sneak and get pregnant. And the girl told Bobby's agent, so it was a girl that she was hanging with had told Bobby's agent that she had stole some money and she was trying to like sneak and get pregnant and had hid the birth control or something to that effect. That's what the conversation was.
She was trying to baby trap him and she stole some money? Good grief.
We don't know whether she did or not, but the girl that called Jassi and told her like, oh, Angel kind of nasty. She got a nasty attitude and she be trying to exclude people and trying to act like an elitist, basically is what they accused her of.
But that's what she's doing.
Jassi none of that. But when Jassi told Angel what the girl had said about her privately, not in front of the camera, Angel caught an attitude and was mad at Jassi for telling her, hey, this lady's talking about you. I'm not believing her because that ain't what she showed. That ain't what you showed me, but I'm just letting you know this girl is out here, spraying your name. Then that's when her stupid behind get on camera and was like, well, I thought she was my friend. And then on a three-way call, I found out she done told Bobby's agent that I was stealing money and trying to baby trap. That's what the conversation was. And you're welcome. This is why notebooks. I'm gonna say it again. This is why we have notebooks.
Yeah, because I think that's the reason why I thought that was why she acted that way towards Bobby. And I feel like she runs back and lies on the girls to Bobby to play the victim.
She does.
Like you can smell it on her, like lack of accountability.
Definitely lack of accountability, but see, Ree, you brought it back to my mind and I had to go back to the notes. So now I got a different mindset about her running to Bobby with everything, because y'all know I have a problem with women that go run and put men in women business. If the women is having an issue, you don't have to go run tell your man about what women talk about. Men don't want to hear what we talking about, right? So I feel as though when she runs to him about these women, it's to position herself as the forever victim in front of him. Like, see, I don't have no friends with you because every time I try to be friends with women, they just out to get me. I think that's what she's giving.
That's what I said in the chat. She's giving 24/7 victim.
Yeah, it's the victim, but that's why I say this is not about insecurity. If Ree hadn't made me go back and dig through them notes, Ree, you all right.
Yeah, she got that vampire energy because you could see that man's drained.
Ooh.
He is. When she keeps bringing up the Wendy stuff, he literally said, don't give it any attention. He wanted her to stop talking about it.
Yeah, men don't like to hear about women's stuff. I keep saying this, but y'all don't be listening. Real men do not want to hear about women's mess. They don't. They do not.
Gizelle clocked her from a mile away because Giselle's like, I can smell bullshit.
I'm gonna tell you something else though. It makes me believe. Oh, I don't want to say this out loud. I'm gonna say this one in Discord. I ain't even gonna say it in here.
You're making my anxiety level go up because I'm like, this is why I don't do surprises.
Let's
say it out. Say it. Don't surprise us like Candy and Todd did with their divorce. Come on, just say it.
I'm gonna say it in Discord. I'm not gonna say this publicly because I don't, y'all know how I am about Black marriages. I believe protect Black marriages unless the man is beating you or trying to, take you up out of here or, cheating and bringing you gonorrhea for herpes or whatever, protect Black marriages. But I'm gonna say this in Discord. I am. Matter of fact, I'm finna type it in Discord right now. And if y'all is in Discord, y'all can go over there and read what I said. But I'm not gonna say this on no live stream. The devil is a lie.
Well, you're better than me.
I know, but I listen. I respect Black marriages. I love Black marriages. I protect Black marriages. But I'm gonna say this privately. I ain't gonna say it openly. Ooh.
But to me, this was just like a filler episode. But I am looking forward to next week's episode. So. But I just can't believe she did some raggedy stuff like that. That's the worst trip on any franchise. You can say all you want about Kenya's trips, but this she might as well have just given him some tents to pitch on the property.
No, this is my thing. With Kenya, they got a house. The only thing she didn't do was get them food. This Angel got them in a rented in a R and B. Wait, B and B or I can never say the word.
An
They got
Airbnb.
yes, an Airbnb. She got them in a Airbnb that has no running water, that smells like sewage, and has no internet. In a in the middle of the woods, an hour away from her house, when she had a 6 bedroom house. How? And this is what I said in the side chat. How are you inviting Tia, Kay, Wendy, Gizelle, Ashley, Stacy, yourself, and Jassi to a 6 bedroom house, but you're like, oh, Bobby's gonna
And
be
you
there.
only had 2 rooms open. She lying.
Right. You didn't you should have said, hey, I only have this amount of room. I'm only able to fit everyone in here. And Monique was also there, so that is 9 people there. You should have said, hey, I don't have enough room to fit all of us in my house. So some are gonna be with me, some of y'all are gonna have your own B&B. She should have said that instead of being like, "Oh, we're all going to be at my house, and you're going to put me in a house an hour away from yours with no running water." And
I
that's why.
do. Oh, go ahead.
And that's when Tia talk about, "Oh, what they're going to be talking about the imaginary no water." Tia, question: if you were at their house and you were staying there and you had no running water, what would you have been saying? The exact same thing that they were saying.
Listen, the only person who's a victim of this trip is Ashley. She should have just kept herself uninvited because right now
Yes.
I know she's suffering.
Look,
Because she
Giselle was the one that said, "I'm not going without Ashley." So technically, Ashley is suffering because of Giselle wanted to be like, "Look, I ain't going. If Ashley ain't going, I'm not going."
I think Giselle was just looking for an out, but I don't think she was. She anticipated her saying, "Okay, Ashley, come."
Yeah, she might have been looking for an out, but what I think is insane is that, while Stacy is like one of the biggest, most ridiculous liars I've ever seen, Angel is slipping under the radar with the lies she tell. And I don't know, but I feel like she really slips under the radar with the lies she tell. And I don't know how y'all letting her make it.
Yes,
I think
I
everybody's
think
focusing on Stacy and not really on Angel and Angel shenanigans.
right
Right.
because Angel acted like she didn't know. She said that's a lie, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, I know the realtor." Girl, don't contradict yourself. If you didn't know, but then you did know, just say, hey, I do know that. If she said it, I'm gonna talk to you about it later. Stacy talking about why don't you call the realtor? Stacy, you had a chance to call TJ and you said no, I'm not going to.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a
The
comment regarding Tia. I wonder how many of the realtors like her because if the realtors are sharing this information about Angel and they ain't providing that information to her, that lets me know that her network is really thin if they don't tell her if they're not telling her, girl, watch out for that one.
But this is the
that
thing.
is,
Everybody doesn't work for the same real estate agency, and you
that
still
is
have
true.
social circles. Like realtors are not like nurses and doctors. So just because somebody's a realtor and they're in a social circle, they know the people in their social circle. Every realtor doesn't know everybody. But if more than one person has said that about her or whatever, and they got to Wendy, it's getting around a little bit. And you got to look at too. Tia is working with Sotheby's, so she's not over there working with Remax and Keller Williams. She over there with luxury properties, nose in the air, Sotheby's. So she may
Yes.
not be down there with regular folks hearing that good old regular gossip.
Well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and look at the Bravo show with Andy Cohen to see if she finally got a place in Maryland in
I'm
Potomac.
gonna say this: y'all might want to get y'all hips to Discord and listen to my theory because I might be on to something. Now I put the link in the chat, so if y'all not in Discord, go listen. Anybody who listen, hold it down and hit 100, so I know you heard it. But yeah, because I don't even know if I'm gonna leave that in there.
Oh,
But
child. Okay, I'm gonna have to go ahead and drop down so I go and listen.
if you listen, come
Look,
back because I want to know what you
look,
think.
look.
All
But
right.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna put myself on mute.
okay, well, go on mute and listen.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that too. But if I come back blurry, then you understand why. Hold on.
Hold on. Listen, DS put the hundo. You heard, so you heard that, right? Listen, if Ree hadn't said what she said, I would have missed that altogether. Like, this is why we have to work together. Okay, it's us together. We together. Because if she hadn't brought that back and I hadn't gone back to dig through them notes, something about it is funny to me. What is going on? What is going on? He said the amount is what spun my head. Wendy, they told you she was looking for something for $1K a month. That's like less than a Section 8 rent in most cities. But that's not the actual amount. You got to go back to the week when Gizelle and Wendy and Ashley met up and Wendy had on that silver skirt. She didn't say no 1,000. She diminished it all the way down to 1,000 when she was there trying to give Angel a way out. But it was more like she wanted to spend like 3,000. I forgot. Somebody remind me in the chat because I don't want to have to go back and dig through the notes. But y'all know I got them.
Oh, I listened to it, and girl,
you on something.
You are on something.
No, I remember that conversation with Gizelle, Ashley, and Wendy. Wendy said that she didn't want to spend nothing over $3,000.
There you go. And so that's why I'm like,
I don't understand why she would be doing that.
Hey, I don't know, but we're not gonna say that on the open air because no matter how small the channel is, you never know when somebody gonna catch something, run with it. Somebody else be like, "Yeah, I believe that," and God forbid somebody got some gossip in the street that'll match up to it, and then all hell break loose. Seanitra is not gonna be responsible for throwing nothing at nobody's marriage. The devil is a lie. But y'all heard it in Discord. I said what I said, and I'm gonna leave it there.
That's crazy.
What stays in Discord stays in Discord.
Yeah, girl, that's sleeping with the enemy.
Listen, I was like, because see, okay, I'm gonna tell you another reason is because like people like the streamers. Sometimes the streamers will get Airbnbs, right? And they stream in the Airbnb. But what I will say is a lot of times when you let them know that you're going to be filming or streaming in those properties, they may charge you a different rate, which would be more money. Which goes back to what I said before. See, all of that might have been why Bobby was livid.
And because that makes sense because now that the owner found out, they're like, oh, bet I want more. And they're like, okay, you're not giving more.
Or just get out because you should have paid that. You should have told me what it was for and whatever, yada, yada. And I'm going to go y'all one further. We don't know. Maybe that's why they ended up with the raggedy Airbnb that the heater won't shut off and the water don't work because we trying to cut corners, but we telling Bobby it cost. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying, but I'm just saying, I ain't saying nothing.
Wait, but didn't Monique say that production pays for part of it and then they have to pay the rest?
Yeah. Everybody know production put something in on it. You understand what I'm saying? But they be doing what they do. Like when Marlo took them girls up to the Georgia mountains, Marlo paid.
Well, that's because Marlo likes to flex. Well, for her, she should just got.
No. It's not just because Marlo like to flex, because Marlo can flex.
It's true.
All I know is Angel should have gone to Walmart and gotten some tents, put them tents up, and let them ladies like sleep in her backyard.
In the bushes?
She was gonna do that.
She already made them in the bushes. Read now. You want to the bushes?
Girl, she got some hoes. They probably get more water from the hoes than they've gotten that whole house the entire time.
Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, she'd have did better to rent like 7 luxury RVs on her property and let them go glamping. That would have been cool. Remember, Housewives of Atlanta did glamping one year or whatever. It was really cute.
Yes.
They should have. Then let me tell y'all something. Them luxury RVs be banging.
They do.
Banging. Now that would have been cute.
Angel was trying to get her lick back. That's what she was trying to do.
But she made herself look crazy.
Girl, she is already crazy. It's not. You're telling us something like we don't know.
You know what?
Angel was trying to get her lick back at Gizelle and Angel. Gizelle and Ashley. She tried to butter up to Wendy. And Wendy was like, no, not happening. You already then got Wendy to the point where she's like, I don't care no more. Whatever people say about you, I'm just gonna go out and tell you what I heard. You can take it or leave it. You want to lie on me? Here's the truth.
I'm smoking my cigar. What y'all thought about them weird, creepy, dingy, musky looking men?
I went outside during that part and I walked around my backyard. I said, I said, what in the world is this?
Baby, I
It's
was looking. What in the world, my foot? It was more like, what in the bad credit and child support payments am I looking at?
Girl, I've never seen a whole bunch of pretenders in my life.
Oh, it looks so stank back there.
But
it looks so musky. They look like Bobby's broke friends that he knew before he made money. They look so dirty and dingy and musky and edgy and poverty laden and
no, in my field, I run into men like that all the time, and they're always trying to impress people. And I'm like, bro, I see your background, so I already know what's going on behind the facade. You don't need to say nothing to me.
There's nothing more disgusting than a male. I ain't gonna say what I want to say. I'm holding it in. Ain't nothing worse than a male who's a big ball of nothing, trying to give their best important man impersonation. Like, you're not important and stop trying to impress people. It's so disgusting.
I've dated
Tell them
rich
again,
men.
Babe. Wait a minute. This is our first time with my niece over here on the new year. Happy New Year, gorgeous girl.
Happy New Year.
I know that's right. But yeah,
I like her hairstyle in that picture. It's nice.
Tell my baby's so pretty. Ain't her pretty?
Look, her hair always on point.
Whether she rocking the braids, whether she rocking her natural hair, which is so thick and luxurious, she's so gorgeous. Or whether she got that hair whooped and swooped and all that there, you know how y'all do when you put it all on and all of that. Okay, yep. I'm so glad you made the live. But yeah, she always looks so pretty. Always does. And y'all make sure y'all are following her channel, because she keep up with a lot of the gossip that I don't keep up with, because I just can't. But she got energy. She got boundless energy. Boundless. So make sure y'all are following her. So when she start, letting y'all know what's going on with the young people and who did this and who did what, and the rappers and who baby daddy was cheating with this one, she be knowing all of it. So y'all make sure y'all follow her.
I'm gonna have to follow her channel to see what's up with Christy and Desmond, to see if he cheated on her.
Ooh.
That's the person you should ask, because I don't even know who the hell Kristen, who you say, Crispy and who?
Desmond, they're the YouTube and TikTok couple.
Yeah, that's who you ask too. Couture Bay. You see this here? Her channel is that name right there. If you're in my chat and you are not following Couture Bay, I don't know what the hell you're doing. It's like, you ain't started off 2026 right. If you in 2026 are not following Couture Bay, you need to get your life right.
I'm gonna go ahead and follow her, because I want to know what the tea is.
She gonna have you. See, look what she say. I told you. She said he did cheat. He wanted out that marriage. See, I told y'all what I just told you. If you're not following Couture Bay in 2000, in the year of our Lord 2026, that means you ain't got your life together. Go and follow Couture Bay.
I wonder if he pulled a Kevin Williams.
I don't know, but we ain't finna get into it because I don't know them people. But y'all go follow Couture Bay, and she gonna tell y'all what he pulled, whether he pulled a Lenny Bruce or pull a hamstring. If you follow Couture Bay, she gonna tell you everything about it. 2026.
I just subscribed to her.
Right. Oh yes, see, Adrian Marie is correct, because Shawnee O'Neal is the OG of that. So she's pulling that out from the Shawnee O'Neal handbook.
But
I have no idea what y'all talking about. None whatsoever. That's why I say follow Couture Bay. I don't know nothing about that.
No, because Shawnee O'Neal pulled the same stunt that she did that you said in Discord.
Oh, really? That was Shawnee O'Neal did?
Yes, that's what she did to Shaq, girl.
But she had every right though. Shaq was around there putting that little bitty little smoky in anybody who would let him. I shouldn't be talking like that, but the man, you know, that I'm not the one said it. Corinne Stevens said he had a little smoky, and he was offering that little smoky to anybody, and anybody that would let him hunch with that little bitty smoky, he was dropping money in their account.
I'm mad that a man that tall has a Vienna sausage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Little summer sausages. That's what he got.
That's just
They said all you had to do was hold still for that summer sausage, and you get a hot little 20, 25 grand dropped in your account. All you got to do is just hold still, let him tickle you a little bit, and there you go. So, yeah. So I'm not mad at shiny old nostrils if she moved like that. You know, she had every right. She had every right.
Mm-hmm.
And she had all them humongous children.
That's true. By the time they were 3, they were taller than her.
Thank you. All them children, by the time they was 3, they was picking her up. Hell no. She had every right. Whatever she did to him, she was right. In my opinion. I don't like Vashandia, but she wasn't wrong. Let me tell you something. You let me give birth to one gigantor. I'm robbing you, everybody you friends with. I might steal the plaster out the walls. I'm not mad at Vashandia. She ain't wrong. You imagine that you give birth to a child and it's time for you to breastfeed the baby pick you up and cradle you and they got their arm. You out your mind. Hell no. I'm stealing everything. I'm taking the dishes. I take the echo and the shadows out they got their house.
I'd be nice.
You take the pot in China.
You know, I pull a Roseanne bar. I'll leave one spoon, one fork, one knife.
I ain't leaving nothing. I had regular sized children and it hurt. You mess around and you give birth to something that at a newborn that you got to buy all their shoes at adult Foot Locker. You got a right to take everything. You take it all. Don't you leave nothing. Don't leave nothing. If he made an extra $1 and I didn't know about it, I would have somebody follow him just so I could catch him with $1 so I could take it. I heard you won $20. I'd be patting his pockets like Debo. I'd rob him on the corner. They'd be like, why your wife like this? I say something. I'd roll up on him and be like, run your pockets.
I can say you'd be like, break yourself, fool.
Break yourself. I snatch a chain off him. I swear to God. I'd be snatching chains and taking the hat off his head, fitted caps and all. If he had gold teeth, I'd snatch him. Nowhere in the hell. Them some big behind kids.
Oh God.
I don't like Vashandia, but she had every right. Any dollar she took from Shaquille, big, gigantic, rusty tail, every dollar. I feel like she should be able to rob him retroactively. All them goddamn kids. The massive children. Children already get bigger than you at some point, and you be looking at them like, how I had this person. But them children now, she was looking at them like that by the time they went to pre-K. I wouldn't have had all them children after the first giant. If he'd have tried to touch me, I'd have tased him. Yeah.
You know, I would have tased him too. I would have.
I'd have tased him. I know. Let me tell you something. The biggest child I had was right at 10 pounds. Them children looked like they showed up here bigger than 2 Thanksgiving turkeys. One of them, if he'd have ever touched me again, I'd have tased him.
I was 15 pounds when I was born.
You're how much?
I was 15 pounds when I was born. I'm 6'3".
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes preemies turn out big or whatever. Yeah, babies sometimes be big. I was born 11, but all I'm saying is if you're that big, if the man touch you after that, you're supposed to tase him. You don't let him touch you. I'd have stabbed him. Like, what are you touching me for? That's an act of aggression. Straight up. Adrian said Johnny probably started when Kobe outed him. I mean, I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, you make me give birth to a full adult voting, smoking, drinking human. You cheat on me, I'm robbing you. I'm gonna rob you before you cheat. But if you cheat, I'm definitely taking everything. I just stole that nigga bone marrow. Like what? His liver and everything. Couture said Karen getting first share. Yes. And she was in prison and had me cackling. Yes. Karen deserves
I
first share.
saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Stacy in first share, then I saw her get slid or say, like, who's coming? I saw Karen, I said,
because
she
Stacy
back.
needed to be slid. I don't understand why Stacy would be in the first chair. You get in the first chair because you get caught in a bunch of lies. Her personal story is trash. She ain't got nothing going on. We don't know nothing about Timu. We barely see the little girl, Aura Baller. She ain't got no personal story, nothing going on. So we're giving you first share because you got caught in a bunch of lies. I'm like, if we just wanted a liar, y'all could have kept the large Hispanic gentleman.
Yeah, we could have kept Mia.
You ain't lying. Well,
wait a minute here. If they kept Mia for this season, man, you know that funk that she has might have drawn some wild animals over there.
Let me tell you something. I was just thinking that Funkdified. I don't know. We could have kept Funkdified, not in the bushes. Kobe told his wife everything, and she told the wives. Smile, is that? Kobe told her everything, and she told the wives. Oh, okay. Oh, simple as that. Oh, okay. Okay. You saying Vanessa told all the women what Kobe had done said because Kobe was over there pillow talking.
That's the worst type of man to have, is one that pillow talks. Unless he's pillow talking to you and then he gives you all the information.
But see, but that's the thing. He did. He told his wife. The problem is the wife was stupid. You don't go repeat the stuff that your husband done told you about his friends. Not to, especially to their wives. You don't tell that to nobody but your mama, because you know your mama ain't gonna repeat nothing.
Because she has more loyalty to her friends than her husband.
Right. Listen, girl, you don't do that. Because I'm not gonna tell you now time that Papa don't come tell me stuff. He do be telling. I be like, what he did? What? You know what I'm saying? But we know not to go repeat stuff. That's supposed to be on the sneak tip. Oh, he told because of that lawsuit.
I don't know. I guess she didn't tell Gloria. What's his name? That Arness guy's baby mama.
Oh, Ron Artez.
Not Ron Artez. Gilbert Arnez.
Oh, Gilbert Arenas baby. Gilbert
whatever his name is. She didn't tell his baby mama because she would have known that he would have given her a fake diamond ring, or would have swapped it out.
Ooh, see, y'all messy. I ain't finna get into this. What's y'all final thoughts on this show? Because y'all trying to take me down another lane, and that's what my niece Couture is for. Okay? So y'all, Couture, if you going live tonight, you better tell them, girl, because see, they ready to go right now.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 6. I mean, I thought it was a filler episode. I just want to see what's gonna happen with Angel and Gizelle. Is she gonna really stand up for herself? Because it seems like Tia has no backbone, and neither does Angel. It's like they're trying to form that alliance to build a backbone. I'm just like 4 people with no backbone trying to unite.
Well, maybe. Let me say this, Ree. Do you think that all 4 of them getting together would form a backbone like Voltron? I'm sorry.
I don't think it would, but I think it's funny to watch.
I don't know. Here's my thing. We have Kiana, who's going through some emotional, I don't know what journey she's on. I don't know if she's pregnant or high. She's going through that. Angel has been flopping this whole entire season trying to get a comeback. Tia's been steady. Now it's just going. Whee! And then we got Jassi.
So what are you rating this episode though?
I'm going with I'm giving it a 6. It did feel like filler, even though we get more of Angel's lies and hypocrisy. No one else did anything else to really annoy except for Jassi and Tia and Angel.
Okay. Well, Adrian Marie gave him a 7. I'm gonna give him a 7. Couture Bay says Angel was giving them a chance. She's hip to them now. No, Angel's still whack as hell, and she's a cornball. She played herself.
Wait a minute. You got to deduct the point for the fact that they did not have water, so you can't give them.
That's why I'm giving them a 7. That's prime drama. You put a bunch of women in the house. You put a bunch of women in a house with limited ability to watch their cooter monkey. Oh, that's a 7 episode. Because what is you doing? Can I finish what I'm saying? You put them women in a situation where they got limited ability to wash the cat. That is a prime drama. Black women do not like to be in no situation where we cannot wash our tails. That is stressful. That is stressful for no reason. That is the work of the devil. Okay, so for me, I got to give it a 7. Couture Bay says she think the producers edited her to be the villain. No, she just lied, baby. She lied and she was raggedy. I'm gonna tell you why, Couture Bay, because listen, y'all bear with me. If y'all gotta go, I dig it. But let me hit my niece to what went on. So Angel told them people they was going to be staying at her house, and she bragged about her award-winning house. They was going to be staying at her house. And she did say that because we got her on tape talking about, oh, yeah, they're going to be in the house, and, some of them will be back in the 300 acres or 30-some acres or whatever she said, right? But she gave the impression they was going to be at her house, right? But get this, Couture Bay, she only got 6 bedrooms. The children there, her man there, and there was only 2 available rooms. So that means she never had any intention on having them at her house. She simply lied, right? Then when they get to the Airbnb, there's no water, there's no Wi-Fi. It's a cabin in the woods. She lying, talking about a high season or whatever. But then when Monique and Jassi was looking on Airbnb while they was riding in the car a whole hour to her house, there were houses available, 8-bedroom houses available that would hold 20 people. So she was lying about everything. Angel is not a cool girl. Angel be lying, playing victim, and she raggedy as hell. Tia flip-flopping, and re-hipped us to the fact that it may be an alliance between the spineless, Kiana, Tia, and Angel. And I think, yeah, she did them wrong. So just like Gizelle said that she was catfishing about her face, she catfished about that trip too. So she basically invited them people on a trip under false pretenses, lied and said they'll be at my house, and then turned out it was going to be a busted Airbnb where there's no water, there's the smell of sewage in the house, and the heater won't turn off. It was at 90 degrees and it was stuck there, and it was so hot that Monique said her whole face swelled up, and she was like water running out her eyes and everything. It was a disaster. Yeah, Angel is a joke. And then, girl, she did this welcome mixer, like a meet and greet situation. She had like 4 musky looking ghetto dudes back there smoking cigars, trying to act like they were big shots in a Ron Isley video, staring at the women looking crazy.
Now, why do you have me hearing Ron Isley talk about why the hell you in my home?
Yes. The Negro
in my home.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think so, Couture Bay. She wasn't hazing them back. You could literally tell she thought she was being the cool girl. She thought she was impressing them because she's like, oh, we got an oxygen bar. Like it's like Angel don't really know how to impress people, but she think, well, I bought some stuff, so that's impressive. The way she was talking about this welcome mixer, you would have thought it was going to be this posh thing, this whole posh shindig, right? It was not. She served them people dinner. She had a dinner table in the middle of an open field with a dude that, I ain't gonna say what he looked like, but he was playing a fiddle. And they brought some food to them in the middle of an open field at a dinner table where it was the wind blowing, it's chilly. She offered to bring them coats and stuff out of her bedroom. She just corny. She don't know how to be cool, and she want to be a cool girl. She really thought she was impressing them, girl. This was not intentional. The only thing she did intentional was to try to give Ashley and Gizelle like a dud bedroom, and legit, even that fell flat because now Gizelle is talking about, oh, I'm finna just get an Airbnb, and all the girls are literally taking Gizelle's side because nobody wants to be in the house where you can't wash your cooter monkey.
Amen. And this is just a summary of this whole episode.
This is going to be known as the worst girls trip ever.
They've already
One,
said. They've already said it's the
On
worst
all
ever.
franchise, not just on
Out of
yes,
all
RHOP.
franchises.
all
Yeah.
because you got these women in a decrepit house with no water, sewage, no internet in the middle of the woods with rattlesnakes and animals that can eat them.
Well, here's the thing. So now we gotta wait for next episode. And Gizelle telling her, I'm just taking over this trip. I'm gonna get us somewhere to stay. And she's like, no, you not. And Gizelle basically like put her pimp hand down, was like, girl, that's up to the women. That ain't even up to you. And it was like, we ain't never seen nobody say they taking over somebody else's trip before. We ain't never seen, like we've seen people say, I'm gonna go get me a room, but we ain't never in the history of Housewives, no city, seen nobody say, I'm gonna just go get decent accommodations for everybody. We ain't never seen that before. This is crazy. RHOP always had basic girl trips. I never seen them as the it girls because they never were the it girls. That's what I'm saying, Couture Bay. That's how bad it is. Because they done thugged it out at some terrible locations, and they've had some very lovely locations. And right now, girl, Gizelle is feeling herself because she did a girls trip this year, and it was very nice. She took them down there to St. Kitts, down to Nevis or Nevis, however you say it, and it was top notch. Nevis, it was top notch from start to finish. I'm talking about from travel to the yacht to the accommodations to the food. Everything was super duper lit, right? So now Gizelle is like, yeah, I'm gonna take over your trip. And I'm gonna go get better accommodations, because at the end of the day, it don't matter what Gizelle go get, it's still gonna be better than being in a house, heat don't turn off and the water don't turn on.
Wait, question for you. Whose ex-husband is that? That's on the next episode.
Kyle's.
I couldn't remember. What is his name again?
Mauricio.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
You didn't see the guy that was looking at Gizelle like he was about to eat her?
I saw like a really dingy looking, wrung out white dude looking at Gizelle. Who
he's one of the ex-husbands from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yes,
now I don't watch the white people franchise.
Okay, I can explain it.
Don't explain it, because I don't watch them people. I don't know them people.
Yeah,
I know nothing about them. If they walked up and bit me on my heel, on the heel of my foot, I wouldn't know who he was. I don't know.
Because he always made comments about Gizelle, about like he always had like a little crush on her, and I'm just like,
I'll tell you later.
But now let me say this: did you not say that was somebody's ex-husband?
Yeah.
Okay, so he ain't married, right?
No.
Okay, so there you go. Say no, we haven't. Gizelle is like, let the ladies divide and conquer. That's true. Say, child, that's weird. Why is he there? Well, so what's gonna happen next week, Couture Bay, is they going to Aspen, right? Oh, girl, let me tell you about this hot mess. So the place she got them staying is a cabin in the woods, like a horror picture, and it's an hour and change. So over an hour away from a house, like an hour and a half, right? So she gonna have them get in a plane and fly to Aspen, and then they're gonna hang out in Aspen, and then they're gonna go to Kemosabe and hang out at Kemosabe, and then they gotta fly back in time for them to have dinner at 7:00, so they can drive back out in the woods for an hour and a half in the pitch black dark. This is a mess. So I guess maybe while they in Aspen or while they in Kemosabe, they're gonna run into that man. Mauricio, is that his name? I'm reading the chat.
Yes.
Okay,
it's Mauricio.
So I guess that's where they're gonna run into that wrung out man. He looked like a half-smoked cigarette, but what do I know? Yeah. So I guess that's where they're gonna run into him. She said the divorce ain't final. Well, then he need to put his eyes back in the socket and stop oogling women if his divorce ain't final. He over there trying to be like Pawn Poos. Tom G say, why not just skip her house and put them all up in Aspen for the whole trip? Because Angel's a cornball.
Oh wait, let me go ahead and answer this in Angel's term. She needs to ask Bobby so Bobby can give her permission for them to be able to spend the night in Aspen. But really, she's breastfeeding her kids, but can't tell people that she's breastfeeding because she wants to play the victim.
Yeah, because I gotta show Bobby that I don't do nothing without your permission. Don't believe nothing nobody tell you, Bobby, because I get permission for everything.
That's a lie. She didn't have permission to steal his money.
Hey, now we don't know that woman took no money from that man just because somebody said that.
But we don't know that she didn't take the money either.
That is true.
But just because some woman went and said that, the woman, how you know the woman didn't want the man?
How do you know the man didn't want his money?
But we don't know that. We don't know if anything was taken.
We don't know if anything. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know nothing about that. That's why we're not even finna speak on that, because at the end of the day, the woman said what she said, and he obviously didn't believe her because he married Angel.
Well, then I guess we're two things can't be answered tonight. How many licks are in the Tootsie Pop, and whether or not she stole his money.
Well, I'm gonna go with she didn't. I'm gonna go with she didn't, because if she had her, he married her.
I don't know why she put her business out there, because I know if I was accused of something like that, I would have never said nothing.
I mean, but at the end of the day, I can agree with what you're saying, but I also feel like maybe that she told what the girl had said and caused all that mess, because if the girl was already talking about her and, you know, spraying stuff, she probably felt like it's just a matter of time before she tell that. Or at the same time, she could have felt like, well, Jassi telling me this, but Jassi not telling me that, you know, the other part, because maybe she don't want to tell me the girl said it. So she might have been afraid that the girl had already said it anyway. And that may be why she tried to just tell it herself and tell her side. But I don't know that she did or didn't. I'm going to say this. That was before they got married. And if he still married her, he don't believe that girl stole his money. So I'm not finna put that on no black woman. I'm not finna do that.
All I can tell you is this. She self-snitched.
But she didn't self-snitch. She said that that's what a woman told the agent about her. Mm-hmm. And her husband brought it to her before he was her husband, and he still married her. Okay. So if he thought she was stealing from him, she would not be Mrs. She wouldn't be Mrs. She Mrs. because he didn't believe that. So if the man in question don't believe it, I'm not finna start saying that about no black woman. I'm not, far be it from me. I'm not finna call no sister no thief.
Okay, I won't either. I'll just put it.
Yeah, that ain't cool. Don't do that.
I'll just put it all the way in the back of my mind.
Yeah, tuck it back there. Tuck it back there.
I have one final thought.
Yeah, final thought. What you got?
Angel's tagline is whack.
Well, everything your Angel is whack.
Her thing says, "Fair hearth no fury like a scorned angel." Angel, you're not no angel. You are a catfish that wears grandma napkin dresses, that dresses like a grandma back in the 1960s, who had a sour lemon attitude, that wants to be a pick-me for Gizelle, and Gizelle's not killing it. And I'm done with Angel. There.
You really be beefing with this lady clothes, and I don't understand it. Like, can we be honest? Angel have to dress. Angel trying to find a way to feel cute and dress cute. This lady just had children, and you know she's a busty lady, just like her sister Busty. And I have been there when your body changes up on you and stuff. And I saw her older pictures where she was nowhere near that size. And so it can be very challenging to find clothing that you feel pretty in when your body does things that you don't recognize. And that's what I see. That's why I don't say a lot about her clothes, because I can see she's trying to find a style in a body that she's not used to yet. So I'm not going to do that to her. But you be beefing with her clothes real hard.
I only beef with the white dress, because when I saw it, and me and DS both agreed, it looked like napkins. That's the only reason.
And listen, I'm not saying that dress did not look like napkins. I'm just saying you beefing with her clothes like I was beefing with Sharice's wig. That's all I'm saying.
I understand why he beefs with her clothes. It's not like her shape. It's like Candy. Candy has all these name brand stuff, but doesn't know how to put it together to make herself look good.
But see, what Couture Bay saying is a point. Dressing for your size is hard when you give birth, because that's not your normal body, and it's not easy because you've been dressing your whole life. You done developed your personal style, whatever that turns out to be, and then when your body changes up, you got to try to figure out what to do, because your old personal style or your personal style for your original body before childbirth does what it does to it. You can't wear them clothes because you're gonna look a goddamn fool.
That's true. And then some of those designers design some ugly clothes for plus size people.
Not to mention the fact the design may be the same, because y'all know I design clothing. But when you try to make it in a larger size, that changes the entire look of the same design. You can have the same designer, the same design, And if you make it for a size 16 and for a size 4, it's going to look like two totally different garments. It is absolutely difficult learning a personal style for a body that you're not accustomed to yet. It's not simple. And I ain't being funny, gossip news, but you ain't never gave birth, honey. And it's not easy. It's not easy. That's some tough stuff. And she got a couple of children there, and they look close enough in age to where she didn't even give her body time to kind of like get back, shake back, bounce back. And sometimes it can take you 2 and 3 years before your body goes completely back to normal. Like giving birth is not making a ham sandwich. That's making a whole food.
All your
face, and she breastfeeding, so the kachungas are a kachunga, and they up there getting their cassava on, and you got all type of stuff that be happening. So it's just not easy. My issue with Angel is not her clothing, even though sometimes she makes some very regrettable fashion decisions, and I wish she did, but I get it.
It's her personality.
It's her personality. It's the dishonesty. It's the disingenuous behavior. It's the constantly doing things that are unkind and malicious, and then positing herself as a victim. Those are the things that irk me with her, because she's very pretty, but her behavior is very ugly. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think she's postpartum?
I mean, naturally she's postpartum. She just had a baby. That's a given. That's a given. But I feel as though, even considering being postpartum, you still have to consider the fact that it may enhance or distort some of your personality, but that's still your personality. You know what I'm saying? Like certain aspects of your personality can get kind of out of control, get a little wild, get a little wacky, but it's still what's already in you. When I went through, my little postpartum episode after I had my second child, my son, I didn't get a new personality. It was the same detached, psycho, natural thing that was already there, and it was just amplified. It was turned up to the max. The fact that I got a bad case, so I don't really care on a regular day, it turned up. Like you could fall out in front of me and I would step across your body because you're like holding up my day. That's what it did. It just amplifies what's there. Like you don't get a whole new personality. So what we're seeing, like, this is Angel.
Oh, wow.
This is Angel.
But is it me, or does it seem like the old Giselle's coming back?
Which one is the old Gizelle?
Well, like the little mean, nasty one that last season we're like, oh, Gizelle did a 180. But
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen anything mean or nasty. I think we get more first season Gizelle than anything. I have not seen her do anything mean or nasty. Have you?
I don't think Giselle's being mean. I think she's navigating from the old Gizelle that we did, like those seasons where she was just lying on people's marriages, going after people personally for vindictive reasons.
Yeah, that was the nasty. That's why I'm like, I don't see that coming back. Yeah.
Season one Gizelle, yes, she was shady, but she was calling people out on their stuff. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, she was annoying though in the first season because she kept harassing Katie, trying to force Katie to say she's black when she's biracial. Like, she did some weird stuff. But I don't know. This season I haven't seen Gizelle do anything nasty, which has been very confusing because I don't like Gizelle. And I have found myself agreeing with Gizelle multiple times this season, and I don't really like it. But
so have I
haven't seen the mean and nasty this season. What did she tell me, Ree? Because Ree, you caught on to the alliance. What was the nasty that you saw her do this time?
Well, no, it was just the like what he said was just like her calling her out all the time, and was just like you could tell she just got annoyed, and just her tolerance level of Angel is just starting to dwindle.
Well, is that nasty, or is that just like, girl, you full of crap and I'm not finna play with you?
That's Gizelle. You're full of crap. I'm not gonna play. That's Gizelle.
Nasty, then I'm nasty too.
That's Gizelle. She just doesn't play with people.
Right. Because remember when, who was it? When she first met, with Katie, yeah, she was annoyed with Katie, and she was annoyed with Karen, and she didn't really vibe with Ashley. It's giving off like she gave Angel several chances, and Angel keeps on failing at every chance. So he's like, I gave you several chances. Now I'm not gonna care. You want to be this way? I'm gonna show you why you don't come for me. Because it's giving like was trying to be Team Giselle, and now she just wants to try to knock Giselle down a peg. But here's the thing: you can try to, it won't work.
Well, I mean, it works when somebody is capable of doing it because we saw Candace do it. We've seen Karen do it multiple times. We saw Wendy do it at Giselle's own house. So it can
That
be
is
done.
true.
It's just that Angel ain't capable. And that's just the bottom line. But she ain't even trying to knock her down a peg because even after trying to pull the bedroom stunt, you know, that she's seen on Housewives shows because she's acting like a fan. Then she turns around at her house. Oh, I had them make a signature cocktail, a special cocktail just for you. How
You know
corny
what?
is
You know what's that's giving? When you punish a child and then after you punish them, you give them a hug.
I think I think what it was that she's a fan. She watches Housewives. She's seen the whole girls trip. Somebody gets the bad room shtick. She's not original. She tried to do what she saw the other housewives do on trips, even on this franchise. And then it was like that was her way of saying, but I'm still a fan. I see I'm making cocktails. It was just for the thing. Like, don't be upset. It was just to, you know, try to make myself look like I'm standing up or I'm doing something. But see, I made you a signature cocktail. She's still kissing up. It was not even punishment and a treat. It's kissing up. Like,
Like,
and even when she said, I made a signature drink just for you, Gizelle looked at her like she had a booger in her nose. It was just
right,
weird.
because it's like the same way how she was trying to kiss up to Wendy. You
Yeah.
done went, you done went after Wendy this whole season. Now all of a sudden you're now, because Ashley and Giselle don't like you now. Now you're trying to get Wendy on your side.
Yeah, and Wendy's like, yeah, too little, too late. I'll take the accommodation you gave me, but too little, too late. Y'all don't mind me. I'm having to steam like I'm really not feeling great. Y'all got some final thoughts? Because I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the night.
No,
Uh,
that's it.
I gave mine.
Okay. I'm so listen between Reed and Gossip News. If it wasn't for y'all, I don't know what I do. Because everybody else, they won't hang with me. But y'all will come and hang with me. And if I didn't
I
have
always got your back.
that's what I'm saying. You and Reed, it's always y'all. If I didn't have y'all, I don't know what I'd do. I would be in somebody
Bianca
else's.
came up here once.
But see, Bianca be holding the chat down, and then Bianca does a bunch of other stuff that y'all don't be knowing she be doing while she holding the chat down, so she can't always come up. So I'm just giving y'all props. If I didn't have my Reed and my Gossip News, like I don't know what I would do. To be honest, whatever would I do?
You find a way to get us up on your panel.
Nah, baby, I wouldn't do that if nobody came up. You know, I rock out 2 or 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours by myself. I got plenty of mouth.
Hey, are you doing anything over your other channel?
The news when I feel like doing the news.
Oh, okay. I gotta double check to make sure my alert's on for it.
Yeah, we was on Black Not Blue after President Maduro, the dictator Maduro got picked up. I absolutely went live that morning because I was like, what did I wake up to?
I didn't see that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Look, I heard about it on the way to work.
Yeah, I had to go live over there on Black Not Blue because I was like, what? You was popping it. You said come get you, and they went and got you, dog. That's wild. Gotta be more careful.
Listen,
Look, that's
all
why
I
you
know
don't.
is he did Trump's dance better than him.
Oh well, I hope you're doing it in the jail. That part. And at the end of the day, while you worrying about Trump dance, he need to learn how to do some of them dances them Negroes do in the street because when they went to pick him up, they was playing Chief Keef. So you know
Mm,
he is. At the end of the day, I ain't got no love for none of them, so I don't really care. What
And
I do know, huh?
I know. I was gonna say he's just gonna get extradited to another country. They're gonna
I
release
mean,
him.
at the end of the day, you've been indicted over here for drug trafficking. You and your wife. So I don't know. Ain't none of my business. All I know is you said, "Come get me. I'ma be in Miraflora. Y'all some cowards." And I heard he said gang gang and your mama. So then they went and got him. So ain't none of my business.
He dropped his location and they scooped him up. Lord.
That part. And then people talking about that kidnapping. That ain't no kidnapping. He called a Uber. Y'all heard it?
Sir, don't if you're gonna call someone, don't give them your location.
No, you do get a location when you call a Uber.
No, I'm talking about when you call, yes, for Uber, not when you're calling out another country to come get you.
Listen, that's called a Uber. Are you not okay?
I don't know. I'm exhausted from work.
The Uber showed up. Okay. Now, I don't know what y'all want us to do. And I'm tickled because everybody bothering Black Americans. Leave us alone. First of all, the only Black American involved was Chief Keef. And they played his music without permission. So what y'all want us to do?
We ain't got no part in this.
Sue?
No. What he gonna sue for? Do you not realize that song, the streams on that song went through the roof?
Oh,
he gonna sue you for making him some more money.
Hey, you gotta get your money off any way you can.
At the end of the day, my question still goes: why is everybody bothering Black Americans? Did leave us alone?
We're just trying to survive. We ain't got nothing to do with this.
It ain't trying to survive. We living real good, eating fat too, like fat rats. Leave us alone. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Leave us alone. No. Everybody involved got a problem with us. Now y'all fighting each other and everybody mad because we ain't getting in it. No.
I gotta make sure I have my alert on for that channel. But well, you guys, it was a pleasure talking to you guys. Looking forward to talking to you guys next week because of the shenanigans.
Girl,
I'm about to get ready for bed.
It's gonna be crazy next week. Y'all get some sleep, honey. We got to see what happened when Gizelle put her pimp hand on the table. Is the people coming? Is the people not coming? What is going on? What is going on?
Oh, I'm coming for that.
Me too.
I want to see Gizelle put Angel in her place.
I don't know. I just want to see what's gonna happen. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So listen, you guys, get y'all some rest. Gossip News. Thank you again, my sweetie pie.
You're welcome.
Pieces. Thank you too. I want to say thank you to anybody who sent a cash app. Well, it was only one cash app that went. So thank you for that. Thank you to our super chats and our super sticker, Adrian Marie and Candy Butler. Thank you, lovely ladies. Y'all, I'm sorry my energy was not as up as it should have been. Like I said, my last few days have been rough. So I'm sorry I don't look the best. Sorry my energy was not as up as it should have been, but I appreciate you guys so much. It means a lot to me that y'all, thugged it out with me and all that good stuff. And thank y'all for being as crazy as you always are. Even when I want to run and scream because I don't know what to do with y'all, I appreciate you. Y'all got me through this stream. Y'all got me through the night. And I don't know what I would have done without you. So as always, if you didn't hit please hit the like button on the way out. Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you'll know every single time we go live on this good channel, okay? And if you're in Discord, please join Discord. If you're in Discord, you're going to always know when I go live because I tell my folks in Discord first every single time. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already because we happy to have you here. And we got a join button beneath the video. Membership link in the description box if you want to join channel membership and put that crown by your name. Also in that description box, we got the link from my book, Little Girl, Big World. It is a survival guide for all of our young girls who are leaving home for the first time. Even if they've been gone for a year, grab a copy. Make sure all of our girls have a copy. Make sure they're all safe. If you can't afford one, my information is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Contact me and I'll make sure you get one free of charge. Okay? Let's keep our daughters safe. We got the link to our merchandise store so you can get your crown here and represent the royal family. We are going to start circulating flyers. We've already started circulating flyers for our Cinco de Negro picnic coming up in August, and you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a nice little soiree, little get together in Montgomery, Alabama to celebrate and commemorate the Alabama brawl, Alabama boat brawl out on the dock, honey. That baseball cap and the cheer heard around the world. So be on the lookout. Make sure you RSVP. Make sure you let us know if you're planning to come, because we want you to be there. We talking about fish fries, spade games. We talking about meet and greets. We gonna have us a picnic. We going out on the boat, baby. We gonna have a good time, and we want you to be there. Okay. Also, in the description box, we got my wish list in case you want to send some more notebooks, because as y'all saw, the notebook is legit. We can go back on any episode and find out what was said and who said it. Make sure y'all support the channel. Those of you who do, thank you and thank you and thank you again. And we got the Amazon storefront so you can shop for your home like I shop for mine. So listen, guys, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. I appreciate you. Y'all say your prayers, sweet dreams, good night. Okay, when you get up tomorrow, Monday morning, bright and early, remember to be positive, be productive. Encourage the people around you, and make sure you save energy to encourage yourself. And remember, in case no one else says it to you, God loves you. I love you. And there is nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all again soon, okay?